All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's another decently exciting morning despite nothing happening. We were actually up a little bit more. You were up over $1 on the SPY. Started coming down. You had some Trump comments. He was talking about everything from oil and trade to the Fed and all of that. We got a couple of data sets on the calendar today, but overall, it's still this like beginning of August and everybody trying to figure out whether or not the seasonality is going to clap us or help us. So we will find out, but it should be a lot of fun. We got a couple of things in store. Literally within like 30 minutes, an hour, you'll start getting the data. And then after the bell, we're going to get AMD, a couple of earnings, and then you even had Pfizer and a few others. So get ready for all of it. But Chad, we only got 40 seconds. I'm going to be watching AMD, Pfizer, ANET, Uber, Shopify, Disney, McDonald's, USO, and the Caterpillar. They have already reported. So get ready for all of it. Call out any plays that are related to questions. Actually, read the rules. I'll ban you. Okay, and if you ask anything on the watch list last night, you will get banned because I'm expecting you to watch 17 minutes if you really care. So other than that, call out some info. You have half of the wire. That'll do good enough. And 5 seconds remaining. Oh my goodness. I need a water. I didn't even get to go pee, bro. We did a prayer. I need to go. Round 1. Fight. All right. Yeah, NB, bro. That company that Tyree kept bringing up, bro. That they got one of the contracts. It was like $10 million, and then they get to pull like $800 million of debt. So yeah, NB, it came down, but it might start running up there. Let's see. I don't know if it had options. We talked about the UUU yesterday as well. So those were all still remaining. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm in coke. Yeah, they're up 40%. That's the same price as yesterday. Watch AMD again. AMD after the bell. Some of the plays are moving on the pre-run up, but yeah, today is the day of reporting, so I don't know. Reddit plays are back to break even. Again, I made those free at like just under 100% yesterday. And then NVO got another downgrade, so in about an hour, some of you are going to get banned for asking me if we should buy it. You should already know from 3 days ago, so follow the plan. Thank you. What up, Mr. Choppa? SNBR. Again, check Caterpillar. That one's a post-earnings. Ooh. Yeah, they might be able to go up. I thought they were down a little bit more, but we got to see. Pfizer. Yeah, Pfizer earnings was decent, and then they gave another update there on a trial. But yeah, 4%'s fire. Watch out, though. Give it like 30 minutes. If it doesn't stay like above, it'll flush. But if it could stay above like 4 or 5% after like an hour, I think that's going to be money. So I don't have a play on it. I'm just calling that out for you. That's just how it works. Again, Pfizer is one of those slow movers. You've dealt with it. Oh, shit, bro. The AIPs. Yo, those are 1,000%. I just realized it. So, yeah, if you got AIP with us, that was the one I got a couple weeks ago. And then remember I was telling you I made it free. The stock was going down, and it finally got a bid. But, yeah, those plays are killing it right now. Yeah, Trump's comments were crazy. I have something for you. I might punt till the watch list, though. Because he said something that's going to take some time to develop, but that was your shot to get one of those wild cards, but it didn't. You know, today he said a lot, but nothing that was in the realm of new or not. So AMD, if it flushes, that's going to kill the pre-earnings, but yeah, they're coming down right now. They were actually holding up a little bit better earlier. CEDHI. Apple. Again, Caterpillar's green now, so that's the one I was looking at right there. I think we missed it, though. There was a couple, but not anything like... Caterpillar has a fucked up spread. Yeah, Caterpillar, I think you missed it. There's nothing cheap, but that just went negative to green. So GG's, Marriott. Again, you got Shopify and Disney earnings coming up. Palantir, I forgot. That's post-earnings. They're up 9. Where's Amazon's coming up? Amazon's up 1.5. Remember, they struggled a little bit yesterday. And then MP still holding up the 1.3. What's the other one? is that? BR? And then NEM, gold. Oh, I haven't even looked at gold or the dollar today. So gold is coming up, about to go break even from red. Dollar is slightly up, and then bonds are down. We'll see what the yen gives us. But yeah, it's pretty calm. I was pretty surprised when I woke up because you were up way, way more on the SPY, but then an hour later, it started to drop. Got the conditional permit on the Airbnb. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Good work. Now we talking. Get ready. Bro, I need to get this video out, bro. I'm sorry. I've been so busy. But even my farm video, man, like... Yeah, I talked a little bit about Airbnb because I was getting some of that stuff in there ready for it. But that's good, bro. That's a very, very good thing. Especially if you're in a good area. If you could get those licenses, man, they go a long way. Jumia? Wait, yeah, Jumia, 15-cent pop. This thing was just down. It's not loading. Yeah, Jumia. I don't know if that's going to be a dud or not. Jumia now going. That's up 3%. And there's a big options activity on it. Boeing pop. Yeah, Jumia 3. I don't know if that has earnings or not. Oh, it's Africa, not Brazil. Yeah, it's one of those. Thank you for that. BWXT. Gold is gone green now. They were red. And then you got Boeing. Again, ERJ and Breyer. You have updates from Brazil, and they had earnings. So in the name of Boeing, just keep your eyes out on that one too. Oh, yeah. Remember, this week is utilities. So, yeah, utilities are up again. Staples are doing good. XLV is good, but it looks low. Yeah, Amazon looks to be the leader this morning, man. They're killing it. Nvidia is the one in the red. All the chips, actually. Oh, yeah, Google as well. They were up in the morning, but Amazon's doing a little bit better. I think that is your leader. Them or Microsoft. No, it's Amazon. So remember, yesterday Mag 7 did good, but it was still, like, in a weird way, Mag 7 is, like, lagging on the 1 or 2 weeks. It's hard to explain. Because, again, it did good yesterday. Jumia keeps going up. Again, we caught the first red to green on that one. And then TJX on the high. SBH, Boeing still going. Take two, MFIN. Whoop. Confluent up 1.5. Is that HWM Honda? AIP. FIG is coming back up. I forgot. They were up today. So they went, what, within a couple bucks of IPO and then fell? Or then started to run? Jumia. And there's MP. Google and Amazon. Again, Google and Amazon are the ones that are doing good. And then Amazon's a little bit, or Google's a little bit below it percentage-wise. APLD, they had something yesterday. I forgot. And then there's this SPY, and then there's TTD. Yeah, Reddit. I forgot. Hymns on the... Oh, damn. Wait, what? Let's see. That's crazy. The plays went down. So, yeah, yesterday I got 100% at 2:0 something. Yeah, remember yesterday in the morning at 2:0 something, we got the 100%. And then, yeah, now the plays are down. The free contracts are actually negative, even though it's higher. Interesting. CLF, Urban, RCAT, and then J&J again. I think that's part. You got a couple of healthcares. I want to say it's going to be J&J this week or next week, and then HD. Oh, it's because the Reddits, I forgot, they are short on time. That's why they went down. They're still holding value, but yeah, it's not like yesterday you had to monetize it at the high. Otherwise, they're down. CVS on the high, and then EFB, and then Home Depot running up there. Again, you have McDonald's after the bell or tomorrow morning. Yeah, CVS running up. YPF Argentina as well. I think that's Theta. That's why. It just, because again, it's out of the money. It's further out there, even though it's moving up. But I thought it was August 15th. It's August 8th. So that's why. But I'm glad we made it free. That's why. Making it free, you may regret it sometimes, but most of the times you're happy with it. Or at least I am. Hymns going up. BE as well. We got a couple names. Approval, OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic to federal AI vendor list. See if Google moves off of that. And then HIMS is running. I've seen that like 5 different... It's because they have so many ETFs, but I've seen like 5 different prints. Yeah, it's nothing, but it's moving. Still down 9. Intel. Oh yeah, let me check Pfizer again. SPY hit the high, coming down a little bit. Nasdaq's up just under a quarter. SPY 0.15, Dow 0.18. Russell's doing very well, so not too bad. It's definitely different than yesterday. I'll get you guys a checkup here in 18 minutes. You've only been here for 12 minutes, so good morning. It's still very, very early. That's actually kind of crazy. Feels later. AIP coming down. The contracts are still high as fuck on the bid, but yeah, you either monetize that if further, or you just chill with it. UPXI, small cap, so be careful, but that's up 8 just in the last couple of seconds here. Yeah, if semis could go good, that'll be great. And then just again, AMD, that's going to be your big earnings of the day. Yeah, Upexi surpasses 2 million SOL in its treasury. So they put out a press release at the top of the hour, or at 5 a.m. my time. Oh, like an hour and a half ago. Yeah, but they own 2 million Solana. That's their thing. UPXY. It's one of those crypto treasury plays. Bitcoin getting a candle. TJX going up. That was still moving earlier than Qubits. They got to upgrade today. Intel's coming up 3-4. It's not bad. And then Oracle. Uber is getting some candles here. Yeah. Actually, the whole high ticker is kind of picking up. But you still got some pressure. And then Mag 7 is dragging a little bit. I'm pretty sure Eco 8 is doing good. Yeah. Kind of looks the same, though. But yeah, SPY's actually up more than Eco 8. UMAC. Oh, what was the other one? There was another drone one. AVGO, Broadcom. Oatly. Did they do a reverse split? Visa is kind of flushing. Take a look here. I don't know if any of the other financials are like this. Yeah, financials are about to go red. That's the first set of weakness here, but check bank, some more than others, but yeah, you just had, or like credit cards, Visa. That's been straight down for like 5-10 minutes. That's the only one doing that. So watch out for that with bonds coming up. S&P services 55.7 versus 55.2. So don't fall for it. That's not the one that matters. Again, we have data today, but the one in 15 minutes, top of the hour, that's the one you want, the ISM. So that's S&P Global Composite 55.1 versus 54.6. So both came in hotter than expectations. But yeah, get ready for the top of the hour. We want the ISM. Is MA going down? That then it might be linked to that. But yeah, look, Verizon, Visa, and MA. But I think that's a little atypical for right now. Good morning, baby. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. God is good, baby. Praise the Lord. Red Cat. I don't know much about them. Don't they do drones? AX. Yeah, AXP's not reacting. MP's taking off again. Dude, some of these contracts are lagging on MP though. So the ones like mid-time are lagging and then long time have gone up. Anything past like October has premium, and then anything between August and September is staying pinned. Lows as well. Democratic congressman to propose bill to protect head of BLS in census. George Whiteside backs bill to protect stats chiefs. Why? Dude, don't you guys have anything else to do? Oh man, SMR nuclear. Google Core Wiver. Where is it? Yeah, Core Weave again. They're still kind of, it's actually right below, almost about to break 100. And then where's the other one? Figs. MSTR. Yeah, Google's launching a little bit. You had that little update there. We had that one headline with them and Anthropic, but they're going up. They're catching up with Amazon. If you could get an Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, there's Apple right now. Apple goes up, the market's going to get some lift. But yeah, Russell is the leader right now. It's kind of crazy. Hams. Joby, Oklo, again, all the nuclear plays. Some more than others. And then banks, some banks are doing better while a couple are selling off. So still kind of a little bit more choppy, not the same one direction that we had yesterday. But yeah, we'll get a checkup here in 12 minutes. EPSM, what's this? Epsium down 9% in one candle. Yeah, this thing's getting murdered. It's either really bad news or a short report. Wells Fargo downgrades energy sector to neutral from favorable. Ooh, Futu. There's Meta popping now. So Meta and Apple both have woken up a little bit. That's going to get us some juice. MP keeps going as well. Habibi. FTNT. Oh, ON. Remember, this thing got murdered yesterday. Yeah, NB was the deal, bro. Yeah, they're starting to move. I can't believe it, bro. Tyree brought that up within seconds when we had that conversation, and then it just kept running, and then they did get a contract today. So it was a great call out I haven't made a play on it. I only took the UUU and then MP from prior. But yeah, that's starting to wake up. They got one of the Department of Energy deals. No biggie. I want to bag it up, bag it up. Oh, no way. Little scammers. I like the way you long term, no diggity. I want long term. Okay. Core Weave taking another launch again. Now you got Lyft going up. Uber led the way. Reddit 206. I like Adobe a lot, but I don't like that they didn't get Figma from the thing and then how they've came down. Because we brought up Adobe really early in the AI cycle and then it just took off. So I had to wait till it came down and then finally came down, but then they haven't been doing as good. So it still has a little bit of premium. I think it's a really great American company. But yeah, it's at the level we saw it on with the AI stuff. So yeah, I would take it at a lower price. It's not... I see the opportunity with it, and it could be good, but you could also be overpaying. But then again, if you are going to hold for 10 years, I do think Adobe will be around. And I've known it my whole life. It's up there. It just kind of reminds me more of like an Apple or a CRM rather than like maybe like a Pepsi, more or less. But it's not the worst. At the very least, like I'm saying, in 2023, I brought it up at the low 300s. And then it took off, and I was like, I'll never touch it here. But it's came back down. But usually when it comes back down, it's because they have been underperforming. So, and then if they got the Figma deal, I think it would have been a completely different story for them. Hey, yo, USAR going up now. Hot dog. So again, you had all these other, was something happening there? So I think USAR is the scam one. But then again, even then, I was looking at all these plays. They all didn't look like they would get a deal, and some of them did. But yeah, USAR is starting to pop up right now. Oh yeah, fuck that one. I don't like that option chain. But yeah, it's moving. HIMS is down, coming back up. I think it's still in the red, but yeah, they had a pretty bad earnings. They've recovered half of it though. They were just down 10%. Yeah, I'm not going to learn anything else besides Premiere. I feel you. So, yeah. NB, USAR, and the other one. But then all the nuclear ones, it could be off of Trump's comments this morning. Yes. That could be it. SYM. IWM's going up now, too. So Russell is still the leader. We got 7 minutes till the top of the hour. I'll get you guys a checkup, but it's small. I mean, you're up way more pre-market on the major indexes, and then it all kind of flipped to some of these small caps. And then, yeah, Eco8 and everything's chilling. Energy commodities are doing pretty well. Is UUU going now? Yeah. Those plays are already jacked, though, so be careful. But yeah, all of the rare earths seem to be going. It started with MP. NB got the deal today. USAR is fucking melting, and then, yeah, now you have the other one, yeah, UUU just going up. So get ready. You'll either get a headline or not, but we've been talking about this play since last week, so hopefully you got one of them. If you did, you got rewarded. Like I said, just don't play big. You'll be fine, but, you know, we knew what to look for, so that's that area. Microsoft with the candle now. Again, SMR as well. Brazil minister told Rubio we're open to discussing trade and sovereignty. Pfizer's up 4. If it stays, you got 5 more minutes. Give it a little bit more. If this could hold, I think it could be good. But look at the clock, and then if it starts to break, this might end up fading. MP, another 52-week high. The lagging contracts on MP are moving now. Man, those took forever. And then Qubits again. High ticker's still pretty active, but then anything that was already selling off is still there. I mean, it's not like the low ticker's not moving. Tesla rocketing. Again, SPY. Equal weight's underperforming right now. So take note, SPY's doing its thing. You got a couple of Mag 7s, but equal weight's starting to slip a little bit. MNTN? Whoa, MNTN, 5%, one candle. It's very illiquid, so it could be bullshit. MNTN. MNTN, what is that? Yeah, the options suck. So yeah, if you want it, a liquid 5%, one candle, that's all you. A Pfizer, a dollar, UUP, a Airbnb. Yeah, Meta actually, because again, near 800 might be fire. You're right. Eyes on that one, but or maybe it'll get close, and then we'll pay attention to that next week. But either way, see. MNTN is earnings today. Well, that's up 7% right now. So again, it's very illiquid. It only takes a couple of transactions to move it, but yeah, that just did 7.8 on those two candles. Okay, SPY's coming down. Bonds are unchanged. I mean, technically in a weird way, SPY's just back to open, but yeah, here we are. Okay. Oh, fruit. I haven't looked at that. I don't know when Lemonade reports. Yeah, that one's killing it today too, bro. All these, remember when these things were like $1? They were like $10. Crowd's at the high. They're getting volume. We haven't really looked at software. They look to be doing pretty good. Healthcare's negative, and staples are flipping negative right there. You got Core Weave on the high, so growth there. Figs is back to the low. I don't know why Trump went on CNBC. Maybe Pocahontas, or maybe it's just been so quiet. I think they needed to give something, man. But it could be. I think your answer is probably more reasonable. Because I have no idea. I wasn't expecting it. I even said it, bro. Why did they let the tired dude interview him? I hate it. Every morning, I love the guy. He's a nice dude on CNBC. But that old white dude in the morning is always tired. He always just be mumbling. He don't even know. He like turns full. I'm like, why do you let him interview people? Why are you letting him interview? The guy just woke up and he does not want to be there. So that was my only criticism. But other than that, I think it was Joe. Yeah, Joe just always sleepy in the morning. On CNBC. And I'm like, why is he doing these, bro? Just let him, like, that's fine. Just let him nod, but have someone else do the interview. Oh, I forgot about QS. Okay, him's about to go green, bro. I'm probably 3% away. Yeah, 2. That's crazy. It was just down 10. So him's has moved 10% since we last saw it. It was down 9. Met C, that's another rare earth going up. So again, you guys are actively prepared for all of the rare earth plays if you have been watching the watch list. We even talked about them yesterday. So yeah, all of them are going today. If you are looking for an area, those have moved, but I don't know about chasing them as much as just riding. Camps. Symbiotic 2, that's up 11. USAR again. So there you have it. Yeah, XLV and Staples, those got a little weak, but then tech isn't doing that bad. So, and then NASDAQ is underperforming the Russell by 3 times. So, get ready. We still got a lot in store. It's either going to hold this small cap stuff or it's not. So, and then we'll flip, and then you got the mid cap earnings. Oh, ISM services. 50.1 versus 51.5. So services came in lower. People are going to be more sensitive to the economy, but it's not the worst, but you got to factor it in. Whether you believe the credibility of the jobs report or not, people are a little bit more, you know, the hard landing odds went up. So services dropped. Let me check the prices. Oh, I see the peach. Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to get the data. Wow, that's amazing. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Oh, shit. And employment dropped. So ISM services employment dropped, and then prices went up. And then new orders fell as well. Everything dropped. So, yeah, that's what everyone's freaking out on this. So, like I'm telling you, it ties into the whole jobs, whether you believe the credibility or not. Once again, you got a ISM services showing you just a little bit more weakness, and then again, more softer economy. That's going to bring up the bonds. I don't know what the market will do. So keep in mind, you just recovered 2% off of for no reason. So I don't care really about the market as much as it's bonds, this story, and I'm sure by the end of the day, rate cut odds. So if you watched yesterday's watch list, we talked about it. The issue was from Friday. The non-farms raised hard landing. So if we get more evidence supporting jobs weakening outside of the BLS, I mean, there's your answer, brother. So, yeah, but what up, Bradley Frizzle? Oh, that's amazing. You get data, bond moves, and then the peach. Oh, man, Tuesday. I love it, man. Good morning. Good morning. Woo! So, yeah, but this is ISM. So, again, this has nothing to do with the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is a private company. But, yeah, they all came in lower. This was bad. Again, the activity slowed down. It kind of confirms the bad jobs report, or at least the revisions, and then prices went up. So, is this going to kill the market? No, you can't say that, but just definitely wasn't a good data set. It's more supportive of the worst narrative than not. I mean, this is what everyone's going to say. One set of data does not make a trend, but every trend starts with one set of data. So it just kind of confirms some of the weakness of Friday, but that's about it. Oklo. Yeah, bro, nuclear's all killing it. You even got MP dubs on the high. Now Robinhood, a couple of other uraniums, and then Zoetis. And Staples, Zoetis, and then healthcare all on the low. Meanwhile, the rare earth plays are all still going. Bradley and the Boeing, they're holding. Core Weave still, I've seen that all day. Again, right before the data, you had the Archite pump from Citron. There's USAR. NB came down. That was the one that didn't hit. The one with the contract actually went down. The ones without it have gone up. Actually, MP, that one got a contract and they're running. It's so oddly leading. Yeah, man. And then NVIDIA hasn't moved at all. If we could get an NVIDIA move or something, it'd be nice. I don't know. All right, and I'll get you guys a checkup here in a sec. I kind of need to go pee. Oh. I own Q and Qubits got an upgrade, or Qubits did. Oh, SMC does. Remember, SMC, that could either be really good or they could bring back all of the, what's it called? They could bring back all of the problems. Remember, SMC had that little filing and the audit problems. So that's always going to be the worry. But if they can hold up from there, then there you have it. All right. Okay, you're still dropping from the data. Do you guys realize now that data confirms a little bit of weakness? It's not the worst, not the best, but the real question is this gonna build a narrative? Remember what we were talking about last night on the watch list. I was saying it's the confirmation is either gonna be because of bullshit or it's gonna be legitimate. So head on a swivel. I don't think this one will be it, but since the data now, we are back to negative. Dow and SPY, tech is still holding on. We'll see where it goes. HIMS is back to green now, 0.5% away from down 10. We got another one. EYPT. All right, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Coat News on Twitter. And I will BRB.
In your notes, over your earnings growth versus something like 4% for the rest of the S&P.
Right.
What do we make of that, and what does that mean for the market?
David, I think the thing you should take away from that is the expectation was going into earnings season, it would be 14 percentage points, and it ended up being 22 percentage points. I think that is a key number to think about, that the surprise, the magnitude of the surprise, was really concentrated in those Magnificent Six until we get the NVIDIA in a couple of weeks. So I think that's a key issue. But I think the broad takeaway from earnings thus far, we're about, at the end of this week, we'll be about 85% of the way through earnings season, is that you had positive surprises, you had guidance, and the commentary from management was generally positive, and that's a good backdrop for equity market, generally speaking. So first of all, you had 2/3 of the companies beat earnings expectations. So expectations coming in was around 4 percentage points of earnings growth. It ended up being thus far 9. So that's a positive surprise. Now, admittedly,
although almost all of it was due to 6 companies.
A lot of it came from there, but
the rest was 4%.
Correct. It was still positive, surprises or expectations. The second is the improvement, the guidance, and companies were raising guidance. And I think here you get a sense of the breadth of what's taking place. You had basically half the companies this quarter raise guidance for the forward year, whereas in the first quarter, only about a quarter did. So therefore, you had these results. And to your point, yes, you had good results in the Magnificent Six thus far, but really it was the breadth of their commentary. And then the third issue we take away is, what did management have to say about things? And they are of the view that they can mitigate the cost of these tariffs. And that's an important distinction. That's really where most of the portfolio managers are really asking a lot of questions on right now. It's tariffs and rates. And the tariff side of it is 60% of them expect to raise rates. 75% think they're going to push back on their suppliers. And ultimately, they will be able to maintain their margins.
60% think they're going to raise prices.
Expect 75%
to raise prices. They're going to push back. But
right, in terms of their
right.
commentary. And obviously some of that they'll have to absorb as well.
Do you think they would actually say, though, if they weren't able to mitigate the tariffs? I mean, coming onto the conference call, isn't their job to be like, guys, we've got a plan, here's what it is, and we'll kind of find out later what the real impact is going to be?
Well, Leslie, it's an excellent point, because some of the commentary in Washington, D.C. looks at, are companies actually going to raise prices? But they have a fiduciary obligation on behalf of transmitting to shareholders what's actually likely to happen, and their policy and their strategy is to raise prices right now. I'm not saying their only strategy, obviously looking to push back on their suppliers and try to reduce the input costs, but ultimately someone has to pay for the tariffs, and thus far managements have said they're able to cut costs and push back the suppliers and raise prices, and thus far maintain their margins. And that's really the key issue, because the economy is growing at around 1% rate. That's real GDP 1% below trend. You have inflation that's closer to 3%. That means your real GDP is around 4%, and 4% real GDP is what most companies grow their revenues, their top line, at nominal GDP, about 4%, which means in order to get 7% earnings growth, you need to get to building blocks that's going to incorporate margin at least flat, maybe a little bit higher.
So given all of that, do you think that the big tech earnings have been cushioning some of the macro news that we've seen? Yeah. How would you kind of characterize the market's response to the headlines, especially of the last week?
I would characterize it in terms of the narrow breadth of the market, that a relatively large percentage of the return for the index, the top line index, is coming from these companies. Admittedly, they're about a third of the market cap of the index, so obviously they matter a lot. That's, I'd say, the key takeaway, and they are, driving a lot of the conversations around AI, around efficiencies, that other companies are spending money, and so those themes are ones that really are capturing most of the investor conversations right now.
Now, is that what you would advise investors to do, is essentially defer to that market message? It's the AI theme driving most of it, or are there other places to look? I mean, you have actually seen cyclical stocks relative to defensive ones hold up pretty well, even though we're talking about subpar GDP and, maybe the need for rate cuts.
So, Mike, the message that we look at, the analysis we look at, is that the cyclicals relative to defensives are pricing, equity market pricing, as though the economy is growing closer to 3%. It's not, but the equity market's pricing as such. So we're concerned on the move in the cyclical stocks, and a lot of the conversation is around the largest companies. And so I think about AI in terms of phases. And so a lot of this move has been in the infrastructure-related companies, infrastructure kind of related to AI, utilities, power companies, some of the semiconductors other than NVIDIA, and focus more on the application software companies, where a lot of the their customers are spending money to try to get the data in a way that they can use and apply AI. So that's, I think, about the phases around AI, and that's the phase we're focused on right now.
Anybody else? Anybody for Costin?
Well, I mean,
don't force it. I mean, all right. So what about your targets? What does it all mean?
So what does it all mean? We got the S&P index at around 6,600, about 5% up from now to the end of the year, and about almost 10% to 6,900 at the end of 12 months. So looking out 1 year from today, that's the expectation. It's a reasonably solid return around the idea of earnings growth, David. That's the key. Earnings growth of around 7% this year, 7% next year. It's the trajectory of earnings as opposed to multiple expansion. Stock market trades at 23 times earnings, so it's a really, really expensive, historically speaking, expensive market. And the typical stock trades at 19 times, which is still high, but not as high as and that's the impact of the largest companies in the Bank 7 in terms of lifting their
Thank you, David Costin. Awesome. Yeah, VIX is climbing. It's still since the ISM right there. And then bonds have gone up. Watch the rate cut futures, I'm sure, by the end of the day. But yeah, this is going to be the first little development. Everyone's just going to talk about services bringing up questions about the jobs on Friday. This isn't going to be the set-all, be-all, but it's a little one. And we still should have a little bit more, I think, on the calendar. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, we got a 3-year auction. I think that's tomorrow, and then you're going to get all the Fed speakers. Oh, excuse me. UNH on the high. Again, most of healthcare is down, so yeah, that's actually very unique. Elevant, Cigna, Humana. But yeah, VIX is climbing there. It's at 17.9. Where are the plays from yesterday? We talked about some ideas yesterday, so think about how those ideas come into play after this data and development. You know what I'm saying? They're still cheap, so you got some opportunities. But then again, we need confirmation. Today was that service data gives you a little bit, but just imagine between now and the next 2 weeks, if all the sets of data confirm that jobs report, then people are going to trip out. Does that make sense? Today isn't the confirmation, but you got one step. But if all of that data in this little time window that I'm telling you about, if we get all of the data kind of showing weaker, the rate cut odds are going to run. So keep that in mind. But yeah, watch Humana, UNH, and all the healthcares. Arquite still going. SPY's at the low now. NASDAQ has not gone red. Russell is the one that is leading, but we'll see if that changed. Equal weight has already dropped. Equal weight is down by 0.3. What data? All of it. It's just everything. It's taking the whole story, little by little, we're getting info, right? Friday, you had the jobs report. Donald Trump added the asterisk with all the credibility drama, but now we have another set of private data that also shows a weakening jobs market, a slightly slowing economy. That's what I'm saying. Next week, you're going to get CPI. Then you're going to get Philly Fed and a lot of these other things. And then pretty much by the next few weeks, all of the data is going to come out. It's either going to keep confirming what we just saw with the jobs report, or it's not. And then depending on that, then we're going to start moving. So it all fits the timelines that I've given you. That's why I'm like, and everybody is expecting either a melt or a drop. So it's just a matter of what causes it, either real data or just some BS. But, we're watching narratives get built right now in real time. House oversight subpoenas DOJ for Epstein files. Howard! I thought this is Howard! I can't believe it. I can't. We're the hottest country right now. We don't have to be dealing with this. I know. Powell. Too late, Powell. Why don't you guys talk about anything else? Most of the jobs on Friday were federal, but, it just doesn't change the, a weak jobs report is what we have been waiting for 5 years. And that's kind of what kept Powell... Powell used that jobs market to justify transitory. So that's why, for years, we have all been waiting for signs of the labor market moving, and it hasn't. So that's what we're going to find out eventually. But, what we saw on Friday was bad, but it is all, we saw something like that a couple years ago. You got close, you got losses, whether it was federal or not, but then it just never quite stays down, and then it comes back up. But yeah, Friday was mostly federal, but that still didn't, that wasn't what your boy Trump wanted to see. SLV, again, I put that up there. LMT's running up as well. Again, CNN just dropped the DOJ news there with the Epstein. BTAI, Apple is on the high now. So there you go, one at a time. But again, NASDAQ is barely green right now. So Mag 7 is holding you up, but I think everything's flipping. I didn't get you guys the checkup, so let's see. Dow Jones, 11 in the green, 19 in the red. NASDAQ 100, 38 in the green, 62 in the red. So 60% is red there. And then SPY, 193 green, and then 302 or 307 in the red. That's crazy. Yeah, banks started there early. I didn't have any headlines, so we'll see. But even this morning, man, we were up. And how it was, it's still relatively quiet. Yeah, you had Trump in the morning. Now we have the data, but yeah, you recovered 2% yesterday. Seemingly very chill. ROL on the high. Okay, low to dude, it's max. This is you're switching right now. It's just like Mag 7 is going up, and like couple of them, and then you got Nvidia selling now, but then the rest of them are just whoop. LMT is running. I saw that up there earlier. I don't know if it's individual defense or what. 628. Let's see the levels. Let's see. 6320. Still amazing. Oh yeah. So like 6280. So you're gonna do the 6300 test and 6280, and then we're gonna play the gap fill. You filled that, and remember, we're still below Powell. That's actually part of it. LMT. Yeah, remember LMT had a delay with the F-35 or something? It was something with government contracts and awards and then delays, if I recall. Nazi is about to go red, yes. So kind of crazy. Russell was already giving up 0.5%, but all of that strength in the morning is pretty much dissipated. Equal weight is bad. You have more names down than not. In an odd way, Mag 7 is keeping you up. So without Mag 7, I think you would look a lot uglier. I mean, you don't have NVIDIA helping, but dude, Meta's up, Amazon's up, Google, so this would look a lot different. Intel's killing it out of all the chips. AMD's coming up even though they have earnings, or they were up, but now they're red. But Intel is up 5. Well, that's a crazy part. Did you not hear this morning? Fed Dolly, you know, I may have $1 million, I don't feel inflation. You know, your girl. Well, she even said that we might need to do 50 basis points of rate cuts. So now she's starting to do that. I wouldn't say this is random. No, we started dropping right at the ISM services. So right when the ISM service data came out, bonds launched, market dropped. We talked about it. It really confirms a little, not full confirmation, but it supports the narrative of that bad jobs revision. And now you got you know, again, rate cut odds, economy, job weakness. People are, that narrative's kind of building here. So I don't think this is the set all be all. I've said that many times, but definitely we have been reacting since then. VIX is green, and now, yeah, you see how the market's doing it. The bonds like rate cuts, but it just depends. So depending on if you cut into a boom or a bust, that will be your answer. CWD. Again, this thing's already up 150, hitting another high. I think you got a lot of small caps right now. ATEC, whatever this is, a lot of small caps. They don't really revise the ISM, no. Or the PPI can be, but ISM, again, it's the private company. So the way they do it, they report every month, but I know you don't really get revisions there. My NVIDIA's dropping. Okay, SLV, remember gold was red on the day and now it's coming up. The dollar's about to climb too. So ever since ISM though, we are like, that theme still remains. You're still dropping now, and now think about it, you're gonna get into the range of yesterday, but now you actually have a reason. So remember, you dropped, everyone freaked out, data, Powell, and then we bounced for no reason, but now today you'll have it. So we'll play this range until we overlook it. But yeah, ISM one way, and now bonds breaking out a little bit. My take on coin, how did they shit? It's just the LeBron James effect. You know, every coin is a really good company for crypto, but they're expected to do good. So when crypto goes up, everybody expects them to do very well, and vice versa. So I wouldn't buy Coinbase though. It's already, I think our average was like 2 something or 2.99 or 3, because we bought it high and then averaged down. But you know, I wouldn't really be I wouldn't rack my brain about it now while it's at like a higher price, because it's just not the time for it. Okay, SPY going lower, and this time bonds. Again, I think you're going to watch people build around the narrative. Let's just see how far they take it. But bonds going up, SPY selling off, this is all still the same ISM narrative. Again, it's kind of confirming a little bit of that fear. Oh, yeah, and the bonds are even getting... The front run is getting kind of real now. All right, low ticker's still picking up. So watch out here. You got a couple of those small caps and whatever else, Geo. But yeah, you have more names still dropping, and then now bonds are catching a little bit more of a fear bid. It's like, I don't know if it's fear, but more so the rate cuts. I think it's just like hard landing front run. Because that's what we talked about last night. Again, ever since Friday, whether you like it or not, hard landing odds creeped up after the non-farms. That's what's been moving the bonds. Nothing's changed, but, you know, again, surprise data, that has people moving a little bit different. Let's see the yen. Oil's near the low. Yeah, yen is still even... Dude, yen is down on the day. So this is all just ISM data. The bonds are in their own way. House subpoena, Epstein, again, that's getting reiterated. VIX on the high. Earnings winners, some of them, it just all kind of depends. Today everybody's kind of going down. So if they won earnings, they have more cushion. But today you got Mag 7, the other 60-70% are in the red. Yes, I have been a hard landing guy since day one. But being a hard landing guy since day one and not changing that has not stopped me from growing my portfolio and outperforming. That, I think, is the key. Is that I'm aware of certain things and I have my ideas, but, you know, we never ran and hid. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I still stand by it, but, you know, really, realistically, it doesn't really change our plan that much. You know, because now I have my cash. We know what we're looking for. Hard landing or not, we're going to execute the diversification and get some good quality. But that's the key, because over these years, hard landing, soft, you know, when it goes hard landing, people don't want to invest and then they underperform. And then when everything gets bullish, they want to top tick and chase the highest prices. So have the plan, stick to it. Hard landing, soft landing, it's not going to matter if you don't have a plan. So have a plan, baby. Have a plan. Woo! Dude, Nibis won't get out of that 50 range, man. It's kind of crazy. Every time it hits 55. And then SPY's still going. So again, I think Wall Street's going to build this narrative. Zelensky says he spoke to Trump. Trump was on CNBC this morning, yes. Thank you for consistency. Thank God, bro. You know what I'm saying? I learned it from the sun. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, God. Early push-ups. I'm down. I'm down to move my toes. It's been amazing. ISM? No, ISM was not good. Now, wouldn't hype the market. Today would have hyped the market if you didn't get that jobs drama on Friday. Does that make sense? Do you guys realize that? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. Because if the jobs report wasn't dramatic on Friday, you wouldn't react so scarily about soft data or high prices or slowing services. You get what I'm saying? I said that like 5 times, but I want you to understand this, because that's like the whole problem with all of this. Because you would have got rate cut odds lower or higher, bonds would have reacted, but people wouldn't be so quick to be like, oh my gosh, what if this falls off a cliff? So the fact that we had the drama on Friday, that's why you're getting a little bit more outsized reaction to the ism on services. But if we didn't have it and you weren't, didn't have a 200,000 job revision on your mind, this week's services would have probably been taken as good. But now that it's there, that's why I'm saying, like, dude, the narrative's building. So again, if you have been watching the watch list, I think you are prepared, especially even from yesterday. And then the dates and all of it. We were just talking whether it's BS or not, but this narrative is starting to build about, question mark over, is the economy slowing or not? I mean, think about what even the president has been saying. Powell is too late. If that's true, and then the jobs data starts slowing down, that means, if he is too late, and then the data does turn, and then there you go. What does that mean? That means the data could get really, really bad. And now, whether that happens or not, the first signs of it, market's going to start tweaking out after not tweaking out for 6 months about it. Ta-da! So that's all. But today would be very different without Friday. I could stand by that. I think so. I think some of you could agree too. But the fact that Friday brought up some credibility questions, this data helps support that. So now it's like, wait a minute. And now the next set, and then CPI and everything else, it's all going to be tied into this. So follow along, baby. Follow along. Woo! And then oil started popping here a little bit. I don't know what we got. Again, you had the Zelensky, Ukraine. Good morning. Good morning. It's still early, man. So yeah, and if you guys want to move around a little bit, well, we're gonna start at 8:30, but why not get it going, bro? You still find it weird when you start talking about things, then the market talks about it damn near the next day. Hey, man. I wish it didn't happen like that, because then I'd probably be a little less crazy. But, God is good. So let's make some money, be prepared from it. And above all else, though, this is all just a blip. You're going to forget about this moment before you could even say forget it. So plan ahead, man. Plan ahead. In custody quadruple murder suspect caught in jacket. What the hell, sir? Okay, bonds on the high and SPY. So again, this is all ISM services, because even bonds are outperforming the yen by almost 1% now at this point, like 3/4. Value's going up right now, so get ready. Yo, staples. Beautiful. Beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite coat. Damn, I wanted another play, but I like, if staples could go up, that could be good. AMD, the plays are up, believe it or not. So AMD still has the pre-run up effect. So be careful. Pepsi? Where's Pepsi? You know, I'm a big fan of Pepsi. Oh, that's the wrong time. But yeah, you're going lower, but you should see something happening right now. I'm trying to find something good, but I don't want to force it. That pizza. All right. So I'll just tell you this right now. I'm not going to tell you the play that I made because I don't want to influence you. And again, if you don't have budget control, if you're not using an amount, man, like I told you guys with the rare earths, I think it's a good play. And it sure as hell was if you go back and look how it played out. But just don't use a big amount of money and stop taking these ideas and thinking they're going to change your life and fucking your shit up, okay? So, because I want to tell you guys a play right now, because I see it forming. Staple rotation. That's it. Play whatever you want. Find out how you want to do it. This could fail. We've watched the staple rotation fail a few times, but think about it. Narratives building. They're selling off now. Tech, but notice XLP, last 5 minutes, it hit a wall. As market started flushing, bonds started going, staples started catching a bid again. We were talking about this a couple days ago. So I like the idea. I took a staple play towards the end of the year to catch this rotation, and then worst case, if you have staples with upsides towards the end of the year, you might just be able to benefit off of that. So yeah, and I gave some, just don't go too far out of the money, depending on what it is. And like I'm saying, just keep it small. But at this point, if we start dropping, just be mindful if we get that rotation. That is exactly what I'm saying and what I'm acting on right now. So we'll see. Yeah, but look, staples ever since that extra low. But the problem, watch, because if the market bounces, see if the staples hold up. But if the staples give up, that won't be good. This is all from the ISM. So again, I think I covered it pretty well for you guys. Just right away, just tie this to the non-farms, tie this to the drama on Friday. PC, whatever this is, popping now. But you guys see it. It's going to be small caps, shit stocks, and staples. They're going to start running while everything dumps. You have lived through this before. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see how this plays out. Up 1,000? Habibi. Yeah, Pfizer's doing good. They can't act like we get a recession until the data comes, because I'm going to be there. That's what happened. What do you think happened in the beginning of the year? They tried to talk us into the fucking tariff recession. We're like, no. So again, I always said, once I see the jobs, if you could actually get that jobs lower, then yeah, I'm down to talk about it. But you know, you need the Fed, man. You need the Fed. We need jobs. We need or the dollar. But and things are getting there. But still, it's just the economy is a boat, man. It moves so fucking slow. Don't ever forget that. And that's why we just gotta. That's what I'm saying. I think we could know what to look for. We could have a good guide, and we could do very well. But the thing that's gonna be get the best of you is patience. That's it. Like even this whole like now between September, that's 6 weeks. But some people might lose their head in the meantime because it's not. This is not an easy thing to wait for when you have so much stimulus coming in at all corners. Okay, those value plays are starting to go a little bit more. I like that idea. So again, don't go big on it. Don't be a jackass, and you'll be fine. Meta, can't you see? Sometimes the long term hypnotize me. I just love the 10%. You temporarily gave up options, much easier. Let's go, baby. That's it. Just be wise with it, man. That's why I said, man, you guys could let it serve you. And if you've learned this skill of options, that's great. That's something you need to know. But make it serve you. So I'm glad. I think just at the right place, right time. How many times have you guys seen me go from stocks to options to futures to bonds to... So be able to move through it. I think a lot of people get stuck on it. But, you know, there was a good time. I think the option environment, you could still kind of hit, but way better with panic. Other than that, you know, long term and building the value, this is such a great opportunity, and you'll see it looking back. So I hope your wisdom, and I know it will reward you. So keep it up. Yallah. Good morning. How are you, man? Welcome. I don't know if this is gonna be our second worst day. Remember, Friday was the worst day in a couple months, but if you are just coming here, ever since the ISM services, it came in higher prices, lower service activity, lower employment. It's all tied into the non-farms, you know, this narrative of the labor market and the economy, you know, suddenly weakening. The people are kind of building that narrative and getting worried. So we were actually up, believe it or not, $1 on the SPY until this all, you know, then pre-market hit. And then after the data, you have dropped 5 points on the S&P. Okay. Okay, last call. It depends what time frame. But remember, the last play on yesterday's watch list, they're still affordable. And look at the market right now. Again, don't be a jackass, don't do a lot, but that play is still the same price. Or if you're looking for that idea, the spreads are widening though, so you must be cautious. But yeah, again, yesterday's watch list I think was very timely, because this might prepare you, especially if you watched last week too and you're familiar with the rotation idea, then even better. No emergency rate cuts. Don't say that, okay? Come on, you guys, you're better than that. I'll tell you everything the day before it happens. I don't know. I've been doing it, so I feel like I could, you know, just have faith and be patient, but don't jump to the extremes until we get there, little by little. All right, man, that's nuts. Yeah, NVIDIA, just watch if staples keep going. I mean, again, I told you it right here, and I think it's, look at Coca-Cola, look at Pepsi, PG, J&J. that staple idea hit, bro. It needs follow through. That's where I'm going to be wrong, is if it just doesn't follow through. But other than that, ISM and how this is playing out, just everything's probably going to sell. A little bit of rotation, and then wait till the next narrative builder in terms of data or a headline or even a Trump comment. Yeah, 6,300. Remember, 6,280. That's what I was saying earlier. You'll get 6,300 and then 6,280-ish to 70. And then we're right back into this fill zone. White House fires most of Puerto Rico's oversight board members. Oh, wow. All right, bro. It's still going low. You guys understand this, right? I hope you do. Because like I'm saying, this is all ISM tied into Friday. I hope, again, we talked about rate cut odds and what happened because of it on Friday. But because this move, bro, you don't move like this off ISM services. It's because it's confirming what we had happen on Friday. So, and then you're getting all these other effects. So keep your eyes out for it. There's FIGs now. FIGs about to be below IPO. Ooh! All right. So, yeah, I knew those Augusts were going to be shit. But wait, if those September contracts could die, that'll be money. CMG on the high too, but you have way more names down now. It's probably picking up. It was 60% before. Let's check the Nazi. You're about 68, so a little bit higher, but it's not breaking what we started with. Dow's the same, 17 green, 13 red. S&P 190 in the red. So yeah, it's still the same setup. Everything that was down keeps going down a little bit more. So you're not getting new names selling off or going green. You're just pretty much continuing the direction and the size. Waste management, I don't know if that's considered a staple. And then MOPM, those are part of it. MOPM, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, anything consumer staple, just see. And even in a couple hours, if they don't hold up, then this idea is dead. But if they do hold up, that might be good for all of August, to be honest with you. Because if we get more of a rotation than a sell-off, then those will all be beneficial. We are going lower because the ISM services confirming the narrative on Friday. Do you just hate listening, or are you, what's the deal? It's okay. I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm not that into it. But yeah, that's why. Watchlist is going to be... Watchlist made you money, man. That's it. I'm in a call. Okay, another red. All right. This insurance plays are climbing a little bit. I'm just looking at the premiums. We gave up yesterday, almost, actually. We're back into the Powell zone. You're like getting back to yesterday's open. So remember, half of yesterday, 3/4 of it, or half of it, it was a gap up. So you're 10 points away from giving that up, but then you're back to this below Powell range, and yeah, kind of below where you were Friday, or like near that zone. You're about to enter it again. I don't think, no, NVO will not NVO is not a consumer staple. So no, although NVO is value, that's not something I see as a rotation. So be careful of that. Some healthcare might, but like a UNH, but I would keep it strict. XLP. Anything held by XLP. Go look at the ETF XLP and go see the components, and that'll give you 50 different plays to go after. But yeah, that I wouldn't tie it into like value on the low. It's more about industry, economy, cyclical, so on and so forth. Okay, SPY keep going. Yeah, everything's high. This is everything big tech. Meanwhile, staples are catching the bid. Apple? Dude, you know? I don't know. Apple's right there in the middle. you know, because that would kind of be there, and they're more tech and cyclical and not, and they are value, and so I don't know. I think Apple might be the wild card because it's still the Mag 7. Very good follow-up. I don't know. That's what I was saying. To keep it safe, you pick apart XLP, you get a rotation, you know, get the big components will provide. But everything else, if it's, you know, it's not just about value or being lower or underperforming as much as it is underperforming, less loved, and then economic impact and future. Right, Elevance and Cigna. So again, that's part of like healthcare. You see, healthcare is value, but healthcare is not a consumer staple. But yeah, there's some of them are running right now. Some were up, some are down. Like UNH's came down, it's still green, but then the rest of them started moving. Okay, bond's still up. You got gold running. You also had silver. SPY's like not moving as much, but every single time we've been here, you're one candle away. So see if bonds give up or anything else. Other than that, though, this is all still from the ISM services. It's been, what, an hour? 51 minutes? And ever since it came out, I mean, you haven't advanced once. You know, they've all been lower lows or lower highs. But watch, staples are starting to drop a little bit. So see, this might kill it. I saw MP moving a little bit. All right, staples are dropping a little bit. So get ready for next stage. We're either going to bounce or they're going to do round 2. Yeah, VIX is even up today, but it was around there yesterday. Everything's about down 0.5%. Now even the Russell gave it up. NASDAQ down almost 3/4. And then look at equal weight. Equal weight gave up all of yesterday. So yesterday on the equal weight, you unwound every single penny, which is kinda nuts. UPS on the high. Okay, staples are dropping. See, UPS, that's like value and transports, but that could be it. So get ready. And notice, as you're going up, SPY catches a bid. All of the staples are going to come down here, and we'll see if this confirms. Like I'm saying, though, if that does give up, this idea will go out the window. But I do like it. Guardian. Again, the healthcares are starting to move up little by little. Yeah, there's Cigna again. That's on the high. My thing lagging? What's the other one? Target. Let me see. The discretionaries. Pfizer's still going. And then Walmart has earnings. Yeah, they held up decent. Keep seeing GFI and then SY. Asian stock up 2.7, a liquid, and gold still. All right, so that was your best bounce since the ISM came out. I don't know if that's encouraging or not. But yeah, so let's see if we get to 6,300 and then see where it goes. Yen's gonna try to travel along with the bonds, but yeah, they've been chilling here. Yeah, Lulu, someone asked me about it yesterday. I don't know if it was you. But yeah, just plan ahead 10 years. It's cheap. Cheaper than Nike. You know, because at the last time we had these discussions, it was like the same. Both them and Nike were at the new price of the year, but now Lulu has set new prices while Nike has gone higher. All right. So see on this drop, see if it's everything in tandem, or see if we get rotation. And then if we bounce, the rotation should come down a little bit. Or again, see if they all go up or down. We're either looking for correlation or we're looking for inverse, is essentially it. They didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't see that. But ironically, they're the ones that didn't do as well. Like all the names that didn't get a contract, they've been running more on the buy the rumor now. But that was the irony of that one. Cigna, again, I got that in the bottom right. We saw the healthcare. Gold is going up. SPY's still holding. We'll keep up the staples. BZH. Okay, bonds as well. Well, bonds are just chilling, but I think bonds and they'll all do the same thing. If market bounces, bonds will come down, staples will come down, and then vice versa. Or they're going to move in tandem. I don't know that yet. That's still a possibility. Like you could dump here and now staples go down, but now staples will have a cushion. So now if SPY hits a new low, staples will just come back and then it can redo it. So inverse or the same is what we want to see, because you already got your work cut out for you today with 60-70% down. Equal weights already gave up everything. Sure. Guardian, that one keeps going up there. That's a healthcare now. So if you notice, it started with staples and then staples gave up and then healthcare started going. What? 20 million? No way. Yeah, what the fuck? In an hour and a half, hour 20, we're at 21 million involved. That's really big. I'd say like 14 million is what you'd be at by now. Maybe like 16, 17. But yeah, volume's still a little elevated on the S&P. Interesting. Yeah, that's a lot. Again, the data, probably the reaction and everything else. That's not small. Slightly above or like just modestly above average. Uh, 3M kind of launching. I think it could just be with the ISM confirming some of the little freak out, but still too early to tell. Do you think the Fed would reprice gold? Oh, maybe. I have a lot of ideas with gold. That's like what we said a couple months ago. We had some crazy gold tin. But, I mean, shit, the possibility is endless. Maybe we find some more money. Cocoa on the low. All right, SPY's going up. Let's see how long this lasts. Bull, and then NFV of foreign companies quarterlies. It's I think it's a 6K, I believe, but it should just show up on wherever you look at the company's filings. Nasdaq.com. Do I like cocoa? I don't know what it is. Oh, the Vita Coco, the coconut water. I used to like them back in the day, but I haven't drinking one in a while. I'm a big fan of them real coconuts. You know what I'm saying? Where you gotta take like a machete and then you gotta like off the tree, bro, and it's like a weapon. I'm a big fan of those. I love coconut water, real coconut water. But yeah, Vita Coco, I had a phase back in the day. You remember when they like dropped coconut water? You remember when coconut water was like a new thing and it started getting popular? That was the last time I had Vita Coco. Guardian again. Harmless is great, but it's like fucking $30 for one coconut water. They offer financing for it. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Why is a coconut water? They like, you want 18% interest? I'm like, what? A firm, buy now, pay later, coconut hydration. I'm like, this is bullshit. This move isn't that big. No, it's pretty big. So you were up about $1 and change. So like top to bottom, like NASDAQ, you're already at like 1%. You pretty much gave up yesterday. So yesterday was sizable. Most of it was a gap up, or half of it, but yeah, like equal weight is already literally within, we're talking 1 hour, hour and a half. You've given up all day of yesterday on the equal weight, and the majority of it that wasn't a gap up on the SPY. So it's pretty big. Machete. I bought one. I bought one at Home Depot. You know that? And then the lady who was trying to get me to buy my credit, to get the credit card, or it was Lowe's, she was like, do you know that so many things we have to card you for paint, but you don't need an ID to buy a machete? Because I bought a giant ass machete from Lowe's. It was gigantic. I love it. That's so I could start making trails. Ooh, fresh sugar cane juice? I like that, bro. Bro, I love sugar cane. Bro, when I was a kid, I used to just chew on sugar cane. You know that? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Yeah, they sell machetes at Lowe's. Apollonian, I think it's one of your only ones, unless Amazon comes down. But yeah, Amazon's still green. Apollonia is working. Treasury sets 4-week bill auction at a record 100 billion. Oh, fuck. Yeah, he's doing it. Bro, Besant's copying Yellen. They're terming out the debt the same exact way. So that's it. Everybody's fucking with the bonds, and they're not giving Trump and Besant. They're being pretty unfair. So, yeah, he's going to start selling short-term debt. He just said it, a record $100 billion for 4 weeks. So if you don't understand, we have to pay for a lot of shit. And you do that by selling bonds. So since you're having the high rates, you don't want to, and paying it back, and we're getting all these things, and the Fed won't lower rates. The short end of the curve is already down a little bit, but the idea, they're just going to sell the debt so you could get the money now, but then you're going to have to redo this in a year or two, or 4 weeks even. Not even there. This is a 4-week auction. So that's it. They're just going to pay high interest. They're going to just keep getting the money, paying stupid interest, and then the next guy has to deal with the problem. That's what I'm saying. It's all bullshit. And then the sad part is you guys are going to go and be like, ha ha, Donald Trump. Ha ha ha! Oh, Donald Trump! How we fire him! But it's like, this is what happened under Yellen and Biden, and nobody said shit. That's the whole point. Yellen and Biden, they did a very irresponsible thing with the financing, and they left the problem to Donald Trump. But now Donald Trump, instead of fixing it, and instead of trying to deal with it or have austerity to handle it, he's just like, fuck it, double it, give it to the next guy. That's all that's happening. All you're doing is playing double it and give it to the next guy. That's what you're doing with government debt right now, and raising money, if you don't know that. That's what that news is. So Yellen did it, doubled it, fuck it, leave the guy the problem of having to raise all the money and figure it out in an appropriate manner. Yellen said, fuck it, give me the money on short term, you deal with it. Now, since Besant isn't getting what he wants, same thing with Trump, they're like, well, fuck it, we're just going to do the same thing. And now they're doubling it, giving it to the next person. So they're going to raise, get all the money, pay stupid high interest, and then 4 weeks to 2 weeks to 2 years to 3 years from now, you got to re-roll it over and pay the money back and re-get all your money too. So yeah, double it and give it to the next guy. Oh, oil, I forgot. Aramark, ARMK. It is a cult, bro. But it's a Jesus. I love Jesus, you guys. I hope you do too. And put God first. Because I'm nothing, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe me. Although I could call shit out and I could, you know, I done shit with some money. Just, we're nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. It's all God, bro. Without without my Father, bro, I don't even know. So, amen, bro. And put God first. And if you ever hear anything, if you like anything that comes out of my mouth, bro, just understand He is first. Always. Always and forever. And I'm honored, too. You have no idea, bro. You know, I don't even think we deserve it. I don't even think I should be repping it like that, you know? Like, what if I'm just dust, dog, dust. So, I'm a big fan, but He come first, man. We're still a cult, but, you know, God. A Shine Bomb visit for Rubio will be determined later. I'm a Max. All right. What do you guys notice? Staples came down, but now they're kind of moving back up with the market, but market's a lot lower. It gave up the craziness. Some of the plays held, but they just widened the spreads. But yeah, I think that's going to be a great idea for the rest of the month. But for now, we'll find out if it really has juice, because staples are about to go negative now. They only did a quarter on that rotation move. GME pop in for any of you who are into trading your used video games. No? Okay. I thought we were. Apple and Amazon. That is your green. Beer demand slumps. Tap IDXX on the high. Otis. That's the elevators, right? You guys put me on to that not too long ago. They offered your brother $50 for his Switch. Hey, yo, what happened to the Switch 2 or whatever? I remember that was a real political issue at the beginning of the year. They're like, the Switch, a tariff. We won't get on Nintendo. What happened? Is it still... How come no one cares about it anymore? You're in a cult. Yeah. Praise the Lord. Amen. Good morning. You don't remember that, though? They were all like, switch to the tariffs, and people were freaking out. And then all of a sudden, that's it. But I'm glad, though. I like it when people don't freak out, you know? Because some of y'all were really like, believe me, I don't blame you. Because the last couple months, man, just like, I understand, bro. I may be trained, and I don't react the same way, but Dude, it's hard when you turn on the TV, everywhere you look and hear, everyone's freaking out, you know? So it's good that people aren't being over dramatic anymore. But that was part of it a couple months ago. All right, so there's your red now. I'm very fascinated. I want to see if staples are going to go or not. No, staples are going up every time. They'll go down when the market goes up, but still. I remember people were camping in front for this switch. But wasn't there only 2 games? I forgot. Yeah, I remember all of this. There was a lot of lore. Oh, I don't know what happened to the police chase thing yesterday. No, I didn't follow up. Hope he's okay. Still only 2 games? That's crazy. 7 Republicans asked Commerce to identify security vulnerabilities by open source AI model DeepSeek. Got the day off, baby. Enjoy it, bro. Let's do it. Yesterday, I don't know if you were there for the watch list, but maybe watch the end, because I don't know, man. There's shit that like I talk about years ago, but I don't know. We just cover so much, but I was sharing with people like real estate leads and how you make money off of them. And a lot of people, I don't think they realize I just put them on to a new industry. So enjoy the day off, learn, and just, I don't know, man, there's many opportunities out there. If you guys are excited and, you know, if you can find an hour a day to apply while you're doing other, just like the push-ups, it could go a long way. Oh, he got arrested? Oh, that's good then. I think detained, and no, that's better than drama or anything else bad happening. I got the pure Orleans, man. It's the best, better than Zillow. Okay. All right, SPY going. Race on the high, Ferrari. But yeah, this time staples are up, so this is going to be a little different. Well, let's see. Give it a little. This is the highest you've been in like 30 minutes, maybe. So, and it has been straight down since the ISM services. Trump interaction with media on the roof. Apple is leading the way, bro. And then I went to Shy because of that terming out news. I wanted to see the short end of that. I can't believe it, man. So he's taking one right out of Yellen's book. Bonds are still going, though. So watch. That might be what's holding staples up. But SPY's doing good. Let's see this. What is this?
Mr. President, what are you doing up there?
What do you say?
Come down and talk to us.
Come down and talk to us. We're the hottest right now. I can't come down. I can't even hear him.
Hi, sir.
What is he doing?
What are you...
ELS on the lawn, now Meta and MPC, a couple of others. So you got a couple of bids there on that, Apple and Amazon. But look, bonds are still going, and then we are not breaking out of there. Yeah, that's real. That was just like 10 minutes ago.
Nobody ever mentions that.
Yeah. I think he's talking about renovations in the White House. And then he was saying, because people were getting mad that Trump is renovating the White House, but like he's paying for it. That's what he was saying, that it's coming out of his own funding. And he doesn't take the salary as well. He won't come down until rates come down. No, bonds are just highlighting what we dealt with. It's the front run. That's all. Just hard landing odds from non-farms went up. And then today's data kind of confirmed it a little more. So people are kind of slowly moving into the bonds. It could get unwound in a second. So that's the problem. But generally, it's kind of more of a rates, hard landing, fear since the data. That has been driving bonds. And then it's even outperforming the yen. So those usually go hand in hand. But yeah, we're coming back down this time. Staples are a little higher. They dropped with it. Again, Cigna, XLV wanted to move, but yeah. Yeah, Pepsi and Coke already came back down. Bonds will go crazy. It just depends. So, on whether or not we're booming or busting. I've explained it many times, so I encourage you guys to lock in. Because when that moment does arrive, you're going to want to know which way to go and not lose. But all you got to do is understand it now, and it will protect you. Spy. Maloney asked defense heavyweights for plans to spend EU cash. Wendy's. Where's Banks too? Banks got pretty washed. Let's see. I think it's still the same breakdown, but it's been about just under 70% red, 68. Dow 18 red, 12 green. Yeah, NASDAQ is now 75% red. So that got a little worse in the last like 30 minutes. And then SPY, only 10 more names dropped. Yeah, that volume was big in the morning, so maybe we'll get a little bit more. But also, too, the next sets of data are going to be critical. Because now people are getting paranoid and building the narrative off of the other data. So today, ISM services, and you're seeing the reaction. So just remember, we're going to get little stuff here and there. And then next week is the CPI. So that could kind of confirm or deny a lot of this. There's oil. You found a gold camel charm at one of your deliveries? What? I'm glad you thought of me, bro. Hey, man. I want a camel. I don't know if they're legal, but I would love a camel. Whoa, Humana. That's a big pop there for Meta. It's only 0.5%, but that's it. US to end $7 billion in solar grants. So watch out. First Solar and the rest of them. And then Humana, 1% pop. And then Marathon, OPEC oil supply to widen Canada crude spreads. Yeah, bro, I don't know what that is on Humana. That's big. I will check news. It's like halfway there. It's not. That's what I'm saying. We were watching Elevance and Cigna, but Humana just took a stick. And CNC? Hold on, I'm gonna check the other ones. Oh, and UNH. Something's going on. Something is going on. I'm grabbing 2. I might grab another one. It's all of them. It's all medical. Something's happening. It could fade, so be careful. I spent about $20 or $40 for 2 of them. Okay. Show up for a little. I don't know what it is. Another Hunter Biden one? I'll give it a second. They're not moving though. Solar, I got it up there, but that didn't even come down. CNC, Cigna. Cigna started it. Humana, but then, yeah, they won't go more than 1.5. That's the irony of it all. Okay, now they're starting to move a little bit. Okay, they're hitting. Perfect. Would I pay for those? Yeah. Beautiful. If it fail, I don't know what it is, bro. All of them hit. All of the medical ones. All right, I'm free now. That's it. Over 100%. 20 to literally go look at the chat. You don't know which one I took, but they all hit. It's 100%. So make it free. You're good to go. You got it here first, baby. Yeah, man. I actually traded way more today, but we had some good ones. I like it. We got some money there now. Those are killing it. Those are actually running still way more. I only got one left now, but not bad. I didn't trust that one as much because we didn't have the confirmation, but it worked. That's what it started with Humana, but we were able to pick up all the other ones. And then remember, like, my stream is on a delay, you guys. So I do have there's an advantage. There is one, so be careful. That's what I'm saying. It's like we have to have confirmation. If I don't have confirmation, I don't feel as good about it. But those tripled! 20 to 60. Allah, I should have got more. But yeah, I'm riding that. I got one more. I'm going to just hold it. I sadly took the weekly. I was going to get more time, but I didn't have time. We can take off the delay, but I need more community support. You know what I'm saying? So I could speed up the news for you, but we need less people propagandizing, copying, and then we need more people not breaking the rules. So like I said, we could go back to it, even non-members only, but I've seen more efficacy with delays and with members only. So you tell me. Those plays are 400% now. So even then, I gave you guys some verbal call outs you could have followed along with, but yeah, that's crazy. Nice, bro. We did it, Joe. Yeah, long term, don't miss. 100%. Why are you telling people that? I already told you I made mine free, but this is the problem that I have with some of y'all. I love y'all, but I don't tell people what to do. You know what I'm saying? Just worry about yourself. It's good. Don't tell people to buy it. Don't tell them to sell it. Don't, you gotta just be your own. Like I'm saying, I got the news. I react. You hear. I'm sharing the info with it, but, I'll let me do it in that sense. But at the same time, it's the influence, you guys. Why? Like, what do you get after telling? I know some of you may have good intentions, but sadly, what we've learned is just, it's actually the reverse most of the time. So be wise, be silent about that. Take advantage of the plays if you can, but at the same time, do not spread FOMO or, influence, buy, sell. Don't do this. Be scared. Like, just focus on the plan and what's going on, and you'll be fine. That's what we keep doing. Still no news on healthcare. No, I could double check, but I don't have anything. I have a review. I see Humana, but no, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally nothing on UNH, CNC, or any of them. Is pizza a good buy for the long term? So, very simple. Go check what price I bought it at. And if it's higher than when I bought it at, I cannot reasonably tell you to buy it. I feel like, unless I hated you. And I don't hate you. So, the answer... if you already know I have it, go to this channel. You could see the portfolio. Go look at the cost basis. And if the stock is higher than the cost basis, I cannot agree with that. Can we look into the NVO divvy? You can and report back to me. But I'm pretty familiar with it. But I'm not, at this point, it's not, we're waiting on something else related to it. Yeah, Humana's still going with it. All of them are. And SPY's about to come down. Those plays, dude, 20 cents to 80 now. Okay. And then Staples now. Do you guys notice how it's climbing back up slowly? As we're edging down here, Staples it's doing it all over again. I love you, bro. I mean, God bless America. And praise God, bro. Finger to the sky. That's it. I mean, hey. God. It's weird, yeah, ever since the weekend, bro. It's been like 4 days of nothing. Just quiet. Alright, well, I think that's done. We don't even know what it is, bro. We don't even know what the damn headline is for that. But I think it's over. I'll ride out the last play. We got some good other ones, so yeah, we'll just chill. Oh, Euro close. Indeed. So yeah, get ready for it. 8:30. Time to stand up and do some professional push-ups. Game time. actually made a lot of plays today. Some were bad. Most of them were decent. But, yeah, now we got another 4.5 hours. That's it. Sit-in's the new smoking. Stand up and move your body. I'm going to do some toe exercises, as I've been reminding you all. But, yeah, it's still kind of chill, man. Welcome to summer. And then that little ISM data, man. That one's crazy. Oof. All right, let's see if we got some propaganda so I don't grunt into the mic.
Secretary on areas.
There it is.
The projects, but much of my understanding is it may be in the form of loan guarantees and or 2 Japanese companies already here that will use perhaps new funds to expand and things of that nature. But
so then do you think the signing bonus metaphor works?
No, I don't necessarily think so, and I very much am waiting for sort of more information and the fine print, so to speak, related to this money, and what also, again, was this promise from the EU of the $600 billion, and then other companies at smaller but not insignificant amounts as well. I think it's something we need to follow closely, because I'd be very curious to see what it actually ends up being. The idea that Japan would promise, something that represents 10, 12% of their GDP or some level like that, just to give to the United States, seems hard to imagine.
Where does that money come from? I guess, is it over a certain amount of time?
Yes, I've asked that question. Over a time period, no details. Still not getting any details on that. So just wanted to point that out, given I listened to the president. Of course, he may be right about in terms of baseball signing bonuses.
Yeah.
And, whatever the hell they're doing. But who knows?
For a really good player,
Hey. Soto,
billion.
we paid the biggest, the New York Mets, for
right.
Soto. All right, moving on now. Time for a news update. Savannah now has that for us. Savannah.
David, good morning. Well, the House Oversight Committee subpoenaed the Justice Department today for files related to the late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Committee Chair James Comer requested the documents be delivered by August 19th. The Republican-led panel also issued subpoenas for depositions with former President Bill Clinton, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and 8 former top law enforcement officials. Police arrested a man wanted in the killings of the parents, grandmother, and uncle of an infant found abandoned in Tennessee. Austin Robert Drummond was taken into custody in Jackson, Tennessee, after he was seen in the area Sunday night. Authorities have not said how the family was killed, and they have not provided a possible motive. And Rwanda's government said it agreed to accept up to 250 deportees from the United States under the Trump administration's third country deportation program. So the agreement comes as 2 other African nations, South Sudan and Eswatini, have also agreed to accept migrants. Leslie, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Silvana, thank you. The CEO of Tanger is on the other side of this break, raising full-year guidance, also citing a rebound in occupancy at its shopping outlets. His read on the consumer next.
Crypto Watch is sponsored by Crypto.com. Crypto.com is America's premier crypto platform.
All right, I'm not even done though, bro. That's it. Chilling.
Frequently needed that additional background sounds soundtrack in those productions, which we will now be able to provide as part of the service from creators all the way through the enterprises.
It's a fraught world where you're trying to navigate IP in particular. This is IP protected music because you've already got the training of the models is based upon agreements you have. I'm thinking with Merlin Network, that's for independent labels. It's a digital rights agency's also got a similar deal with Cobalt Music Group. But what about the bigger ones? What about UMG? What about some of the other key music license holders? Can you make deals with them?
It's exactly one of the very special things about the release of the model is that it's both extremely high quality, one of the highest qualities in the market, while it's also fully licensed and built in collaboration with the labels, with the artists, with the publishers. Like you mentioned, we already are very happy to be working with Merlin and Cobalt, frequently referred as the fourth majors, both because they represent respectively 30,000 independent labels on the Merlin side and over 25,000 songwriters on the Cobalt side. So already that gives us such a high ability to create extremely high quality music. Of course, as we look into the future, we would love to work with UMG.
All right,
WMG,
everything
Sony,
took a red.
Hope we find
even big tech and bonds.
So.
I'm still no, I don't see any news yet.
11 Music, that's one of the key elements.
This has
to
been
make
the
sure
vibe, bro. We dropped a
is
decent amount off
both
of
licensed,
nothing.
but also gives you that broad
pretty much
commercial
the
license
ISM,
to use
but
it, which our enterprises
remember, this whole
demand
week,
from
it's been
gaming
quiet.
all the way to media entertainment companies that we work
yeah,
with.
let me go pee, but you're
Maddie,
hitting the
are
low.
you talking with and
Finish your
negotiating
push-ups.
with those major labels you just named?
Currently, the focus was on bringing the current model and product to the market. So really, we're deep with our partners with Merlin, Cobalt, Source Audio, Landr, and a number of other partners that are in. Mentioned in the release to bring the current iteration. As we bring the product to the market, iterate, we will see whether we can expand it further.
Maddie, there's a lot of interest in 11 Labs in your business. To what stage have you grown? Do you have any like financial metrics, ARR, or anything you can tell us about how it's going for you over there?
We are doing really well as a company. A few months ago, over half a year ago now, we crossed the 100 million ARR mark as a company, and we've been growing steadily since. Across the company, we have really those two key offerings. The first one is that creative platform, which music will form in those early and initial days, and then the agentic platform, where we help companies create voice agent, conversational agents. And over the last 6 months, we just seen an explosion in companies building with both parts of the use cases, both on the creative and the agentic side, with now partnering over 1,000 different companies in the market and over 5 million creators that come through the platform on a monthly basis.
I want to go back to those creators because can you name any individual musicians, for example, that are willing to go this way? I think of how Grimes has really lent into this and she wants a 50-50 split with her royalties going forward, but what other musicians are you seeing actually wanting to adopt this?
Welcome
Because,
back.
as I say,
Tanger
it is
shares
fraud.
are higher today, up 4.7% after the company beat revenue estimates and raised full-year guidance. The outlet owner and operator also
keen to
gaining
lean
back
into the technology,
occupancy after
iterate
reporting a
quicker, make it a
decline
little bit
last
easier to create
quarter.
music.
The stock is
Currently,
still down
as part of the 11
Joining us
Music,
now, Tanger CEO Stephen Yalof.
we
Thank
are
you very much
still
for being here.
crafting the
How would
partnerships,
you
and we'll
characterize
hopefully
the way
announce some of
American
those in the coming
consumers are
weeks.
shopping right
So
now?
Sounded
nothing
normal
is
for a little.
on that side just yet, but we've seen a wider set of creators working with.
Sorry, I was mid-set, bro. Mid-set, mid-stream too, bro. You gotta finish, bro. You gotta finish what you started. UPS, that one's like a weird cyclical value. I don't know. That one, I don't know where he falls in, but those are starting to go. Staples are climbing back up. We have no idea what happened there with healthcare, but yeah, bonds, SPY, all been reacting since the ISM services. Again, building that narrative of some weakness. There it is. Where would I consider UPS? On every single watch list last week. That has your answer. Every single one, I believe. Every single watch list. We talked about UPS. I think even last night. I know, I can't even make this up, you guys. I can't make it up. What about that you? What about it? So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these lines of questioning, this is why we have delays and shit. So I don't know, man. I need y'all to lock in. But I'm not trying to tell you. I don't know why y'all don't pay attention to it. So I'm not going to tell you the play stuff. We've already covered it. I'm giving you the info ahead of time. If you just make your own decision, you're going to make money. Have you not? Literally all of the rare earth plays, everything. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. Well, no one's going to be forgiven by it, but what I'm going to do is this. Because I'm going to highlight it to you. I am going to unban everybody. I think once I have time, I still need to finish that video. But I'm going to unban everybody again. And then I'm going to reban everybody. But then what I'm going to do is I'll show you guys the list at the end of the month. Because it's not that many people. I think you guys, then a lot of it's the same, but then I'm like, if you guys can't, I'm not going to tell you why you're banned. You have to figure it out. And if you get unbanned and you're like, I don't know why I'm banned, you're going to get banned again. Because that just, there's no way you think this is actually crazy. So, but that way you'll see. I'll forgive all of you. I don't really care, but you'll get a 1 month on there. And I'll show you the list, bro, because it's a couple pages, but it's already been running there for a decent amount. And it's just like, you get to see everybody, you get to see what is going through. And again, I've gotten rid of a lot, and over the years, I've always been threatened by it. Or people are like, if you ban me, I was just giving info. It's like, again, you guys, we're still getting everything early. We're still calling it out days in advance. Things aren't getting affected, so it's actually getting better. So you need to ask yourself, are you going to be a part of it or not? So I'm down, and I'll give people the shot, and I think you guys learn too. But yeah, so give me a couple days. I'll get everybody unbanned, and then I'm just going to keep banning people how I am. We're going to have a high standard. I will have ultimate forgiveness. I'm down with that. But if you're not figuring out what it is, that's fine. But at this point, you're either getting in the way of other people's opportunities or you're not taking advantage of it. So that's how we've gotten to some of these changes. So yeah, get with it, baby. Get with it. The good list, if you're here. What do you mean? You don't see how dramatically slower the chat is? So, I like it. And the irony is we've gotten more information than less. Praise God, bro. Get with the program for the program get with you. Oh, we love you, baby. Thanks for UNH. I got you, baby. But be careful, okay? Because that's what I'm saying, bro. You guys got to imagine. I'm on a delay. Do you understand? So it went from people scamming and stealing to now they work for me, okay? So be careful. That's why I don't want you guys getting clobbered by it, but you got to be careful. And at the end of the day, we're still very early, but I'm getting the ultimate advantage. Let's be real. That's the reality of it. So be careful. Don't be dumb. You still are going to get your shot, but that's what I'm saying. Know where your opportunities are, and it's going to be in the long term and with a right budget if you are trying to take advantage of trades. But this ain't even the good trading environment. Wait till we get to October. Last week of vacation, good. I hope you enjoyed it. Always good, man. Always good. And then it is 15 more minutes till the top of the hour of the settling, but yeah. We're a little bit past the Euro. Been a shit show since, not even that bad, but bad because of how we started and then nothing, but shit show since the ISM. Waiting, saving, listening, restarting, new chap. You forgot one thing. I love it. I love what you said, but you forgot one thing, brother. You're getting a house too. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, bro. Let's go. And that's it, man. And get ready too, bro. Because I'm telling you, if you're willing to do what nobody is willing to do, you don't get it, bro. They all only got one trick. You do what you gotta do at the right time. The things you want now that you say no to, you're gonna come back to them even better. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying, bro. The trading isn't disappearing. It's gonna come back at a more opportune time. Don't be a jackass. That all of this. That's why I'm saying, bro, you don't have to go just one way. And you guys have a lot of potential and a lot of opportunity, and align with it. Stop forcing things. And that's why I'm saying, the more you align, the more you do, you act in the wisdom, bro, you're gonna get rewarded. And bear that fruit, baby. Let's go, baby. Talk to the mortgage lenders. Let's go. But isn't it funny? It started with belief. Without that belief, you ain't making a call. You ain't looking up somebody. You ain't doing none of that. So amen, bro. All of y'all are gonna get a crib. All of you who believe. Even if I'm telling you, bro. Coffee is for closers. Kill the thought that kills thought. Amen, bro. Tell them! Oh, you feel me, bro. Heavy. Heavy. Before I found the Chad, you thought you would rent for life because of the whole BlackRock end of the world propaganda. Oh, I feel, bro. That's why I said, man, earlier, I know I talk a lot and you know where I stand on things, but I get it. I don't know, man. I'm a human. I know what pressure feel like. I know what it's like to get influenced, peer pressure. You look around and people tell you, to hear the same message every day. Imagine being reminded how unaffordable things are, being reminded of how you're never gonna, all of that, bro. Even whether you think it affects you or not, it does. And it's a lot to bear. That's why I'm saying, although it's happened, I don't think it's true. And I know it's not true. And that's why it's just like, bro, a little bit of light and having light on it and belief is going to change a lot. And that's why it's just like, if you gave into it, I don't blame you. I really don't. And I see how you're going up against a big machine that is telling you a lot of ideas, and then you have a lot of people nowadays, they work for the machine even if they don't get paid. It's fascinating. But at the end of the day, man, it really does start with that belief. And if you have it, and I'm so thankful that you don't believe that anymore, because I know that if you remove that belief, man, you're going to remove a lot of bad beliefs, and you're going to start getting everything you want, and life will start working for you. So I love to hear it, man, because anybody who has done that has happened to them. Those are the worst, actually. You know that? Those of you who go from like, I never thought I could believe, I never thought I'd own, to then you become more faith-based than anybody else. Because you had an idea you thought you would never shake. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that you did and then performed on it, you're going to be a really different person. And SPY's still chilling, man. It's chilling near the low. It wants to just flush. Give it 10 more minutes. This will be the settling of Euro. But for the most part, even Euro closed a little lower, but you haven't really moved. And then back to the same range where we had the little bounce. $30 million. It slowed down, but it was still high, bro. Even then, 15 million every hour for the first 2 hours is a lot. That's like really active. You'll do like 14 million on a good day for the first hour, and then it chills, but back to back is a lot. I know, right? Below, dude, it's 63 was a high level at one point. It's crazy. Alright, boys. It's early. Very, very early. Again, AMD after the bell. Those premiums jacked in the morning and then came down. Full saving. Well, listen, I'll tell you guys this. All of you keep making a mistake, though, when it comes to real estate. Okay? Both good and bad. Well, those of you doing good, you guys, I see this a lot. I saw it so much after I said it, I couldn't even correct all of you. So are you ready? Are you ready for what I'm about to tell you? I don't know if some of you will be ready for it, but I think it's critical. Especially with this real estate goal and belief. And I need you to understand how I did it, how I've shown you everything. Are you ready? My brothers, there is no time frame. Amen. I believe in there's no such thing as impossible. There is no time frame. But some of you guys will not let this go, and you need to dump it. I don't care if you get it next year. I don't care if you get it 2028. It doesn't matter. And thinking like that will get you in trouble. What? What do you mean, Josh? I thought it's a goal. The goal is the house. Don't put yourself on a timeline. Exactly. No finish line. I need you to realize what we are doing. Again, you guys want to be 300. You want to be the Warriors. You must know the battle right when you see it. You get what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a month, a day, 10 years. You go when there is a good deal that is within your ability and area for you to act on. Do you understand? You need to be training every day. Your training for as a warrior is looking for a property every day. You should be looking. And I need you ready to go, because one of these days, that property is going to be 50% below the price. And you need to buy it that day. Do you understand? I don't care if it's 1 year, 10 year, 5. I don't care about your time goal. You see what I'm saying? We care about the property and the value. So don't be married to this time frame, because what happens if the deal shows up tomorrow and you're like, I can wait. Or again, if you're like, oh no, I'm going to do it by the end of this year, but then literally nothing shows up by the end of this year, and then you're going to go top tick a house? No. I need that. This is exactly what I did with the compound. Do you guys not realize it? I dumped the fucking long term once a house 30-40% below value showed my way. That's it. That's the main point. Just like the Bitcoin, bro. It had nothing to do with the price of Bitcoin. Someone gave me a house $1 million below value. I bought it right away. Do you get what I'm saying? I need you looking, hunting, knowing exactly what you are going to get. You know it. You're going to get a house for cheap. You're going to get exactly what you want at a good price. I need you looking for it, hunting it. I don't care when it shows up. To believe, and I need you to believe this. It doesn't matter. That's why I want you trained. I want you to know what the steps are, be comfortable with it, be ready to offer, do all of that, because when it comes your way, just like Richest Man in Babylon, the story of the sheep outside of the gate, you need to act on it. And you're going to be able to act on it in a strong way and guarantee it. And that's what we need. I don't care about time frame, both good and bad. Whether you're telling me end of this year, next year, 2028, no. Because if you stick to the plan and do what we're saying, the whole thing is keep looking, keep hunting, and when it comes our way, we're going to do it. Because guess what? I don't care what the time is. If that's not a good deal, I'm not doing it. And neither are you. Ta-da! You see the logic. Don't let it turn into the Ouroboros. Don't let it eat itself. These are separate. The cross. Two separate things. You have your time frame is separate from a good deal. Do you understand? And a good deal is more important than all. That's how, remember, equity building. So you need a good deal before a time frame. That's what I'm saying. If a good deal shows your way, bro, fuck your time frame, speed it up. Right? You can't find a good deal, fuck your time frame, don't force it. Wait till a good deal comes. That's it. The good deal is the priority. And that is where you need to be focused on. Because if you put your effort there, you could doubt your effort, not your aim. And that way, if you're like, wow, all I need is a good deal, you're going to work harder for a good deal. You see you can't work harder for 2028. You can't work harder for end of this year. That's a time frame. But you can work harder on finding a good deal. You can work harder on getting leads and making sure you're actually hunting and searching and training ready for what's going to show up. So that is what I believe and what I've done, and it will help you if you try it. And like I'm saying, don't let these finish lines be don't let them be the end of you. Anyone mention Berkshire acquiring? No. We got the first second of the healthcare popping, but I haven't confirmed the reason why. So I don't know if that came out today. I don't see that. Even then, I still have a wire up with UNH, but I don't have that info. What if you're in Canada? Same thing. Canada's a little different, but I mean, honestly, aim for the United States. So we could get you guys properties if you're Canadian. That I have good experience with. I don't have as much experience America buying in Canada, but then we do have UMAD, and UMAD is a killer, bro. All jokes aside, all of his, him being in the chat, bro, being a supporter, don't underestimate it. He is running Toronto. He's doing very, very well, and I'm very glad to see what he's done. So we have people there, but I've helped a lot of people with foreigners come to the United States, and I think you should. So if you are Canadian, I don't think you're bad in buying in Canada, but I just don't know it the same way. That's what I'm saying. I would probably give you to like a UMAD or somebody with more expertise. But I have a very defined experience with Americans coming or Canadians coming to America. That we do. Yeah, it's extra steps, but you should do it. I'm telling you, I think it'll be very valuable. Unconfirmed report that BRK has warrants on UNH. Who's giving the report? Because I'm like, oh, UNH with a bunch of people lying to pump their bag? No. But yeah, so it could be, but otherwise, we don't have anything. That little pop was for no reason. Don't. Well, listen. Let me put it this way. Are you ready? You're gonna make a mistake. So don't stop or hesitate because you're gonna make a mistake. The goal is don't make it a costly one. Don't make it a mistake that ruins it, that we can't go back from. That's it. That's all. So that's why it's like, just make sure, as long as you're not overpaying and as long as you're not forcing the deal, the little stuff you might run into hiccups. You saw me with this property. Even with the compound, we ran into a bunch of problems. It was delayed and all of that, but it didn't, all that mattered is the value. So just focus on the costly mistakes, and usually that's just going to be overpaying or buying a property that needs way more work than you could handle, or buying something that is just literally just more of a liability than an asset. That's the mistake we want to avoid. That's why I keep highlighting the deal being most important. You're going to make mistakes. It's going to be your first time, but mistakes happen. They shouldn't be too big, right? But we don't want the big mistake where you overpaid by $100,000. We don't want to make the mistake where you bought the house that needs a roof, AC, and now you need another $50K just as you get in, right? You don't want those types of issues. You don't want government problems. You don't want rental problems. Those are the big issues. But, I run into a 2-week hiccup. We don't find the right one. I'm delayed by a month. Who's going to manage it? Like, these are small. Those are going to be the smaller problems. But everything else, we need to focus on the deal. See, I hope you guys realize, man, think about all the real estate you've seen. Most people highlight everything else, and then they just tell you to go buy a house at the price. So as long as you're focusing on the deal, that this whole make the money on the buy, it accounts for a lot of the preparation, and that way it will make sure you cover all bases. See people posting it and there's no filing, but so many pumping. I think so. Either way, we made our money. We made it free. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, we're still, like we said, with healthcare and long term, you should know the time frame. All healthcare has value right now. So if you're willing to, if you want value and you don't care about time and doing nothing, you buy healthcare right now. But otherwise, we just need to see if healthcare bottoms or not. People have been pumping it. So Medicare pullback and then medicine bottoming out. There's been articles lately. Looks to be a fake article. Coin on the low. Yeah, they're down 5. SPY won't get out of this range, bro. The little pre-Euro and then now post-Euro level, it just won't. We can't get away from it. Popcorn seal? I know, bro. I hate popcorn sealing. But that's fine. That's cosmetic. I know, even though it may take some to remove, you'd be surprised. All cosmetic. Those are gems in a weird... Believe me, bro. It's funny because, like, my girl, she just came with me to all of these deals. She's learning it now, bro. I'm so happy. Like, bro, my girl, like, this is a Swiss girl, bro. She be wearing all nice purses and clothes. Like, she just like Europe fashion. Like, her perception of value is distorted before meeting me. So I'm like, how much for a shirt? Let me tell you. Let me put it this way. She had these pair of shoes, bro. My girl got a $2,000 pair of shoes. I said, you're insane, girl. I showed her a $40 alternative. And now I got her rocking the $40 kicks. You see what I'm saying, bro? Y'all don't get it. But even then, she gets it now. She's been on so many of these deals with me that she sees the opportunity now. Because, like, the first time I would take her to these shit houses, like, even then, I buy them. So she's with me, and she'll be like, ew, you're going to buy. She doesn't get it. Back in the day, she didn't understand it. But now, she's seen me do it enough, and now she's like, oh. So now the shitty properties, she's getting excited when we go to them because she sees how like, oh, dude, it's all cosmetic. She's asking now, it went from, ew, that's ugly, ew, the shower, the kitchen, and she would bring up all these cosmetic things. Now she asks me about electrical and foundation when we go there. That's why when we got to the farm, she was asking the right questions instead of the ceiling, because that's the opportunity, bro. Most people, if the property doesn't look good, they walk into it, bro, and they hate it. I'm telling you, you need to see the money in there. Yeah, and once you do it, if you've never done it and you see these properties, like, because I could do it in a week, bro. I'm telling you, the farm already, I got new floors, I got new paint, I got upgrades. It took a week and a half, bro. That's what people don't get. I could relist the compound right now and it'll look different. And it's been 1 week. They're going to think I did something to it. So that's the whole point, is that you don't want, like, you want value. So asbestos, don't overthink it. Popcorn ceiling, it's ugly, that's money, right? If the kitchen is fucking fried, the bathroom looks like someone shit all over the walls, it's going to be smelly, but, oh, that's money right there. If we could just paint it, floors, again, sinks and stuff, you just buy a new one, put a new one in. So there's certain things that you could make look really nice for really cheap and it brings out value, but that's not where you're gonna get fucked. You see what I'm saying? The foundation, electrical, plumbing, mold, a leak, the roof, the AC, those are the real things that no one cares about, but that's where the money's at. You see what I'm saying? Like, we could fix floors, we could fix the roof, we could paint it, I'll put you a new kitchen, you'll get an island. But if that AC goes out, that's 10 grand. You need a new roof, that's 5 to 20 grand, depending on how big. You see what I'm saying? And then before you know it, you could spend a lot just fixing stuff that has nothing to do with cosmetic. And then meanwhile, you could have a beautiful house cosmetically, but if all that stuff is lacking, then you're gonna spend a lot of money still. $30, paint sprayer, warm water, there you go. So I love it though. But that's what you guys got to start doing. These like ugly properties, you should see the money. Like you should be, but make sure the deal still works, right? You got to understand like, wow, that's it. If the price is there and it looks ugly and you're like, I would never live in this. If it's all cosmetic, that's a really good opportunity. And don't be scared of those. You know, I would be more scared. Be scared of the properties that are already flipped. That's what I always tell you guys. If you go look at a listing and it looks brand new floors, and it looks good and they just bought it, I would be more worried about that one than the property that looks like dog shit that wasn't maintained. As weird as that may sound. Because the flips are going to overpay, pay a premium, and it's probably rushed work. At least the trash that you see, the price should be lower, and then you're just going to take it all out and redo it anyways. But it's not as much as you would think, as long as the other bones are good. You can get a home warranty to cover a lot of that stuff, yes. Yes, I do have rentals. They are spread out all across this beautiful country. I like rentals a lot, yeah. Because at first when I got rentals because I knew real estate and it was equity, but it was just a way to put money somewhere and grow it in a good way. You know, because I started off with properties only cash flowing a little bit, but my whole intention was the equity, and then now they're doing good. The UNH rumor, you guys don't realize it. So look, I'm glad I banned everybody. I'm glad we don't have as much noise, because in here, all you saw was us getting it right away, and we were so quick. We all made 100 to 500%, and then we knew it was nothing. But if you went across the internet, now you're like, UNH rumor, this, fake. So yeah, there was a rumor and it was fake, but we hit it and got it before all of that. So whatever it may be, yeah, there was nothing. We just caught the first move, and now don't let all of the info around confuse you. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but there was a rumor, but we never talked about it. We just talked about it, and we noticed they were all moving, took advantage, and then that was it. We made it free before anybody had time to even say anything. But now they're saying it was this or that, but that's, again, now everyone taking the narrative, a different narrative, and they're going to debate that. So you don't need to get involved. How do you make 500% on a 1% move? Because we saw Humana running, and then I went to UNH. That's the one that I did, because I started noticing all of them were going, and then I grabbed a weekly. So it actually had low time near the money, and then I made it free at 100%, but they went up as high as 500. So actually, they're still holding. So yeah, 20. I'm up at 300 right now. It's holding. My last contract is holding 300%. The max was 500. So that was just off of the move because we were so early. That's what I'm saying. Before they were even talking about the rumor, we already caught the news. And then since we have a delay, by the time people start, I'm already positioned, and then all the news people pump it for me. And then ta-da, and then now they find out it's a rumor. But like I'm saying, if you're paying attention here, you don't even have to get lost in the sauce. We don't have to even debate that shit. So, but be wise, be quick, make it free. Don't have to worry about it. Yeah, it was just weird. Yeah, everybody just started. There's something about it. Something was going on. We knew that just off of the move, but you didn't have to overthink it. NVIDIA GPUs should not have kill switches and backdoors. It feels like China's saying that. Oh no, NVIDIA says that on their blog. Yes, Snap is after the bell. Here are all of your earnings. So today you're going to get AMD, SMCI, ANET, ALAB, Open Doors, Snap, Lucid, Upstart, Rivian. Then tomorrow morning, Uber, Shopify, Oscar, NVO, Disney, Six Flags, Dave, Geo, and McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Dominico. FedEx going too. Remember UPS, and then UNH is about to go. Transport Department Duffy will investigate any airline that uses AI to set individual price tickets. I hate it, bro. Dude, the travel thing, but it worked. I did it the other day, bro. I have a new hotel hack. It's not as good as my OG hack, but oh yeah, there's too scummy. Are you guys ready? It's a joke, but it works. It'll give you a little bit. Are you ready? Should I give it to you or no? I don't know. You got, how many people did I have to ban today? I banned 9 people today. So I guess you guys didn't hit 10 yet. All right, this is what you do. Before looking up the flight that you want to book or the hotel, Google on the same browser or the same device, Google bankruptcy lawyers, and then click on the first sponsored post of it, and then go book your trip. It'll give a little bit of defense against the cookies. No. That's the only way. You got to just like look up poor shit and be like, oh, I'm losing money, bankruptcy lawyer. Serious, I'm not even kidding. It at least stops it from jumping, because it'll happen if you book one and then don't book the other, it'll jump. And they're scams. Just a little quick Google bankruptcy lawyer, click the first link so you get the cookies, and then yeah, that's it. And then we're gonna think you was like, sorry, hook it up. And then, bro, I'll tell you, and then don't text. So I know I may be paranoid, but I have too much experience with this and the travel hacks. But long story short, don't, like, if you're texting someone and you're like, okay, I'm gonna book it, or oh, don't do that. It's like the prices will go up. They say it doesn't, but I've noticed it a lot. Like, and I think some travel places, they got some crazy tracking. And they say they don't do it, but like, I'm telling you, a lot of people have noticed this. And they've shown evidence. I've showed you the other one where, like, if you do, like, let's say you go on your Amex and you book one trip without booking the other, they will jack up the price. Again, they have done the study. This is where it all got mad, because they've replicated it many times over, and they showed that people on iPhones booking the same exact trip, an iPhone was getting charged more than an Android. So there's a little stuff, but like little like tracking stuff that they use for the pricing. But yeah, it's just like it's a gray area, but that's why I think we're getting a lot of attention to it. So it's up to you, though. I think it's more superstition, but when I go through with it, I get good prices. Well, book on a computer and search your bankruptcy lawyer first. How do you know it's a good price? Because I know the place that I'm booking. So usually, like, some places have like a normal rate, and then during like hot or slow season, I don't know if Trump is live. We had him in the morning, but I could double check. Okay, DHR. Southwest is going up. Oh, I don't see him. It's at the top off the Maybach. That was funny. He was literally just on the roof, yelling down at them. And then what do you guys notice? Something has changed a little bit. Market's higher than it's been in a couple of hours, but it's been correlating all day. The bonds. So look, as we started to like really bounce, when you retested, the bonds hit the high, but now bonds are shaking it off. Remember, bonds even started it all kind of with the data, but yeah, so the bonds are calming down, and that's going to be, I think, a little bit easing there. It's funny because if the bonds go low enough, it shouldn't, but yeah, in general, we were reacting to the data, and that had the inverse there on the bonds. Howard. Oh, there's UNH with the red. The plays are still up 250 on the bid, so take it if you want it. How is everybody doing this blessed day? Good, man. How about you? Y'all wake up with intention? How did y'all wake up this morning? How was your first 5 minutes? Am I playing Shopify earnings or Disney? Oh, I don't know, but I wouldn't tell you. So, you know, you guys got to lock in, man. That's been all year I haven't told y'all. So, I don't know why y'all still ask me. You hope you don't get emotional? Don't get emotional. No. Remember, emotions could be very deceptive. So, like, that's it. You don't need emotions. You don't need convincing. Let it resonate. You know, the resonant truth, bro. It's amazing. Woke up praising, bro. Amen, dog. Amen. It's nice. You're sorry. It's kind of okay. Not really, but it's just, you know, if you're not going to be here, though, you can't expect me to give you that. So, you know, it's all good. I'm not mad at anybody, but I'm doing this to help people, and it has helped a lot. I'm telling you, man, a lot of people have done very well. I'm keeping y'all out of trouble. I don't want to expose you to bad things. And those of you who have been trained well and been paying attention, you're using the info. And again, we're covering stuff well in advance. So I like how it's been working this year, you guys. I know some of you may not have liked it. Some of you have loved it, but I genuinely believe that we've made some good progress. Not only monetarily and long-term and even trading, but like more so just everybody, bro. I think I'm seeing less people gambling. I'm seeing more people buy houses, literally. More people being smart and wiser. Not, again, less FOMO. You guys have threatened me on the info, but all I see is less penny stocks. I see more quality and more plays. So I understand it came with a price, not only monetarily, but like, you know, the standard that we have set. But dude, I think it's amazing. I love it, and I look forward to more. Because I think some of you guys are really locking in, and it's just very simple. We're gonna keep doing this hard. We're gonna go hard, high standard. We're gonna be the best. If you don't want to live up to that, just go to the other chat rooms. Go to the Wall Street Bets. Go. There's 1,000 fucking knockoffs of me. You can find it anywhere. Go. And I'm telling you, just if you don't want to have that discipline, if you don't want discipline, I get it. Believe me, bro. At other times in my life, I didn't want discipline. So don't, it's not there for you. It's very simple. So we're going to operate in a certain way. And I think most people have gotten it there. So from the plays to all of it, nothing has been new this year. We've established it. And I encourage you to stick around for it and meet the standard. Otherwise, you'll do what you got to do. Still pushing through. Good, man. Drink water. Go to bed, too. You know, anytime I get like sick, bro, I just pass out. I like early. Go get you like a melatonin and go to bed, bro. You'll be fine. Some sleep. What rate do I consider the wheel? What do you mean? Like the wheel strategy? I don't really use it. I don't like it. We've done it before, but I've always cautioned people, don't buy a stock because you want to sell premium. That usually never works out. So if you buy a stock for the only reason is to sell premium and do this strategy, it's not going to work. Most people buy a stock because you want to own it, and that will definitely help you out. Oh, NB climbing again. Remember they had the news and they came down. Oh, that's going. It doesn't matter next year. I'll tell you, Lee. I need a good deal. A good deal. It does not matter the time frame. So I like the goal and I like it, but no time frame. Doesn't matter. I need a good deal for everybody. That way, some of you might find it tomorrow. Otherwise, I don't want end of the year to come by and none of you failed if you didn't get it. Because if it wasn't a good deal, then that's it. It's fine. That's what I'm saying. Whether it's a 10-year plan or an end of the year plan, be careful of the time frames. The wheel goes both ways. You either buy a stock and then you sell calls on it, and then if it gets called away, then you start selling puts. So you can do it in either. The wheel can turn either way. Earthquake felt in New York and surrounding areas. Huh? UNH Buffett stake. So again, there was a rumor of that earlier, so be careful. But they're circulating it again. Again, we're already in them. The asks are all jumping right now, and it's moving. So yeah, remember, like I was saying, we just had this discussion on it, and you're hearing that, but now you're getting it pumped again. Well, I don't get. What do you mean earthquake? 2 days ago? And bro, why does Elon keep making these weird anime bots? Like, Elon has like been with some very beautiful women. How is he such a weirdo with these little anime cartoon fucking, like, what is he doing? I don't get it. There's an, yeah, they're putting it out again. Street Insider is the source now. No, so now Oracle is the Oracle on Twitter, but the source is Street Insider. You have another Wall Street news place there, but it's the same thing. It's the same info that we were off of. You just have to ask if it's real or fake. Girl doesn't get mad when you call other girls beautiful? No, I think my girl appreciates my honesty. I'm always honest to her. So yeah. And you guys know she knew me, right? Like, you don't think she like realized this before she was like, I'm gonna date this guy who talks a lot? You know, she's heard some of my worst jokes that I can't even say on the internet. So yeah, she's pretty she's down. That's crazy. Earthquake in Jersey. Yeah, bro. It's a UNH rumor. Everybody's pumping it now. That Street Insider article is sending the next wave. So again, you're already in it. You already got one, but they're literally, nobody knows if this is real or not. But they're all just pumping this idea that Buffett is gonna buy a 10% stake or something in UNH. Disney has earnings in the morning. Alrighty. And it's 9:30. You guys want to do some push-ups or what? Let's do it. And then watch UNH. That'll be interesting, but that's going to slow it down in terms of long term. All right, baby. You're at VWAP too, and it's about to be top or middle of the hour. Everything's still red except the Russell. It all was from the ISM services. So if you did miss that and you're wondering why today looks like this, it's because the ISM services kind of confirmed some of that weakening that we got from the non-farms on Friday, and that got people tweaking out a little bit. So hope you are ready for it, Chattadooney. But other than that, yeah, stand up and do a push-up, man. Get your body 1 hour. Every hour you could invest. I'm investing in my toe
Vertex
strength
has
and
this pain
posture.
medication that came out at the very beginning of this year. It's a non-opioid pain medication. It's non-addictive. The FDA yesterday said that they don't see a path forward for this drug in peripheral neuropathy. That is a disappointment. On the other hand, this drug, Journavex, is on the market right now, and it is rapidly gaining market share. So this is a disappointment that I think is going to be temporary. Now, the multiple has come down quite a bit because of this. I now think it is fairly valued. Obviously, I didn't know this news. Nobody can know this news unless you're Bud Fox dressing up as a janitor.
Down about 1.5 on a candle.
Which is not my modus operandi.
Midway toe
you get the information, you make your decision. I'm going to stick with it for now.
All right.
No headline
Marathon Petroleum's higher.
Russia
Their
said
earnings
to
and
weigh
revenues both
Ukraine
beat.
air truce
So
offer
you recently
to Trump
added
on
refiners,
war.
including this one.
No, I made personal purchases of 3 refiners.
What do you mean? No, why you say no? Valero, Phillips 66.
Yeah,
and
I thought
this.
you meant an ETF. I'm
Did
sorry.
I say ETF?
You said you recently
You're a
had.
little
I thought
jumpy
you
now.
meant the
After yesterday's thing, you're a little jumpy.
So each one of those, none of which I added because of the 1 month price performance, but each one of those I've added because I believe the price of oil continues to retreat. I think we're going to get more oil from OPEC. I think we're going to get more oil coming from us up in the north from Canada. This report was kind of so-so. I would have liked to have seen a better report. Year on year, it wasn't that good. Technically, you're sitting right at the 50-day moving average, so potentially I think you got a nice entry point. I am going to stay with the trade. Again, I bought all 3 refiners because I kind of threw everything at the refiner trade as we move into the fall.
Yes, this was in the last 2 weeks. Correct. As I was correctly stating once again. How do you feel about Yum China? Do you own that?
Yum China was added to the ETF, so yes, in fact, I do own that.
Another factual statement.
The earnings reports were disappointing, for sure. I don't like where it is. It looks like it's had a little bit of a technical breakdown here. Not enough KFC, for sure, Jimmy.
All right, let's get the headlines with Silvana now. Hi, Silvana.
Hey, Scott, good afternoon. Well, violent crime in the U.S. fell last year for the second year in a row. In its annual national crime report today, the FBI said that it fell 4.5%, while hate crimes fell by 1.5%. The report also found murder fell to its lowest rate in 9 years, down nearly 15%. Meanwhile, assaults on law enforcement did hit a 10-year high. The Transportation Department is proposing a new rule that will speed up the deployment of drones that go past an operator's visual line of sight. So under the new rule, drone manufacturers and operators would have new requirements to safely keep drones separated from each other and aircraft, which is key to the expansion of drones for commercial package deliveries. And the digital health company eMed Population Health announced today former ex-CEO Linda Yaccarino will head the company, which is working on a population health management platform for the weight loss and diabetes drugs known as GLP-1s. Yaccarino calls the new job a chance to redefine an entire industry. Scott, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Silvana, thank you very much. Silvana, and now coming up, Josh Brown's best stocks in the market. He is ready with a new addition to the list. The big reveal is next.
The big reveal is next. All right. I need to do one more workout, but I made another play. So again, I think it's easy. Oh, let's see. All right. I know, bro. You didn't. I don't think you were here in the morning, bro. It was crazy. So we got all of them at 20 cents. We got the first one before the rumor. So I made it free early, but yeah, that was a banger. But yeah, I think the rumor is fake. I think you're just going to get people hyping it up in the meantime. So you could play accordingly if you want. All right. And then let me get you more. I'm going to go pee. I was doing the workout. Well, yeah, we just did some push-ups. I hope you moved around.
With the White House.
Well, it's hard to tell what's actually going on, but we know a couple of things. Yes, they're presumably talking. Harvard has a $53 billion endowment. Brown's endowment is about $7 billion. They settled last week for $50 million, which was a lot less than Columbia. But keep in mind, Brown had some really interesting provisions. Number one, the $50 million did not go to the government like it did with Columbia. It went to help build workforce programs. Trump had talked earlier in the summer about promoting trade schools, and you know what? That's exactly what this type of money is going towards. Brown is in a really different financial position. Brown, as we know, they took out a couple of loans, which is really unusual. One was for $500 million just a few weeks ago, earlier for $300 million. They're a little bit more strapped. They're the smallest endowment in the Ivy League. Perhaps they overextended themselves on financial aid. So, you know, it certainly makes sense that they wanted to settle quickly. Harvard, $53 billion, quite a lot of money. But
it is
if
Josh
they
Brown's
settle,
best
which
stocks
they're
in the
probably
market
going to
time.
have to do,
You added a new name. What is it?
There's going to be a lot of resistance.
That's right, Scott. Today we're going to talk about Dominion Energy. Ticker symbol is D. If I ask most people what they think is the most important geographic location on Earth for the modern internet, they'd probably say Silicon Valley. Some might say somewhere in Asia. They would be wrong. It's Loudoun County, Virginia. 70% of the entire world's internet traffic passes through that area, and Dominion is the electric utility that is responsible for the bulk of what needs to happen in order for that 70% of global internet traffic to come alive. Story here is very simple. When the consumer internet was born, this is where AOL was based. And from there, Yahoo and ultimately Google, Amazon invested $52 billion between 2011 and 2021 right in this area of the country. They've just committed to spending another $35 billion between now and 2040. Amazon's putting up another 42 million square feet of data center space in the region. So Dominion is the company supplying the bulk of the electricity needed. They just said that of their top 10 all-time peak electricity demand days in the state of Virginia, 9 of those 10 have occurred this year. So that's what's happening with the company. You look at the stock price.
Bro, I'm trying to go on Twitter, bro.
Stock is when they
I be trying to go on Twitter during my bathroom break.
Their dividend for the year,
but
their earnings outlook
it's like,
for the year,
dude,
and their creditworthiness.
what is up with Elon and these little hoe bots?
I don't want to call it
the little anime hoes.
Utility, but you've got to
Elon,
stop. Give me like a one-year chart, guys.
Weren't you just complaining, Elon, about your child falling into the woke mind virus?
60, 61,
what the fuck are you doing, Elon?
Speak. You've got that moving average crossover that you know I just live for. I'm obsessed with this golden cross that we're showing you here, the 50 above the 200. And there's a rate case that we should get results from in September. That's the next catalyst. They have submitted to their regulators the case for why they should be able to increase rates, obviously serving all these data centers. If they get it, if the regulators say, yes, here's your new rates that you can charge, that's the catalyst that I think takes the stock higher. From a risk management standpoint, I would use 50 as a trader. That would be my pivot point. Breaks below that level, something must have changed, and we'll find out eventually. So long as she stays above, I like it here.
What's interesting,
4.5% yield.
Dude, no, it's just so weird.
Yield.
What's also interesting to me
like
is
that's what I was trying to tell. Remember I made the joke about it a couple weeks ago.
It sounds like you're trying to as well.
That's what I was like, listen, man, you're going to be a Chad, bro, and none of you having a fucking digital anime girlfriend.
These types of stocks.
No, I'm not letting you go out like that.
What was a
historically
and classically defensive type
as a brother, bro. I'm not letting y'all go out like that, please.
It is.
And nobody really does that. That's
crazy,
not. That's
crazy,
like.
But they're,
nah, bro.
Look, you've got the bulk of the people who have owned this stock for the last 10 years own it because it's a regulated utility. It's one of the top payers in. It's one of the top payers in the S&P 500 dividend-wise, and that's the traditional shareholder base. And over the last year, that's changed because people are recognizing there is no AI without electricity. And the demand goes higher, the rates that can be charged go higher. And it's not just rates, it's this entire build out that only a small handful of companies are capable of managing.
Spy, you guys
and
saw
executing.
oil. I just saw pizza,
and,
pizza.
This is one of those.
Oil, yeah, bro. What the fuck's happening with oil?
I think, Josh, and the
bro, you just took a knife the second time after going up.
I mean, you look at utilities, for example, they're up just 8% since the beginning of June. And I think it's the realization that hyperscaler CapEx is actually once again reaccelerating, surprising to the upside, which means more data centers and also more energy needs. And speaking of energy needs, the reason why I think investors are waking up to this being a growth story is because we have not seen a lot in terms of power generation
Elon has
growth
dated,
and
like,
really demand for electricity growth until just a couple of years ago.
Like models
so I think this
and shit,
is a
bro.
secular trend.
What are you
and
doing?
sticking with it.
You just added Atmos.
That's so sad, you guys.
In the ETF. Really love that we added this to the portfolio.
Dude, if that doesn't just show you, bro, all the money in the world, bro, and y'all just, don't go out like that, bro. I'm not letting y'all go out like that.
The solution as it relates to power generation data center demand, natural gas is going to fill that
That's what
void.
I'm saying, bro. You
These
can't.
utility companies are
like,
the new oil.
All right, coming up, we have a CNBC exclusive
I
interview.
would
We're live in
understand
Aspen
it
today.
if
Andrew
you were as
Sorkin
ugly as
standing by
me
with the
and
former
then you
Treasury
never
Secretary
got
Stephen
girls. I would
Mnuchin.
get it.
We're back
I
right
see
after
why
this.
the appeal would be there. But what do you mean? You've done everything, got 18 baby mamas, and now you spending more time on your hentai bot. No, stop it. What's wrong? What happened, man? Man, y'all need Jesus. I don't even think Jesus agreed with this conversation, but you know, I don't even know where this is headed. Damn, bro. I mean, it's only 0.5%. What is it? The oil. No, I don't know, man. Elon is just weird. Every time I go on Twitter, I see Elon. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't want this shit on my timeline. It's weird. Like, I get it. Like, if it was a normal girl, I still wouldn't want to look at it. I'd be like, come on, why is this on my timeline? But a fucking anime? What? You know how long it took me to just get into One Punch Man? And y'all want, no, I can't accept it this soon, no. I see you're going to have to give me 10 years before I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, your AI girlfriend's real. I'll give it to you. Fine. Airlines, again. As a man, you don't need much. Technically, an AI would be perfect if you think about it. Yeah, nobody listened to that man. No, thank you. No, it's not if you think about. What are you saying? Oh, dude. But hey, guess what? You guys do whatever you need. Just do whatever you need to do. Okay? Like I said, the harvest is going to be plenty. And then the rest are going to be on shrooms or preoccupied with their hentai bots. So, take advantage of it. You pray for them. Try to save as many as you can. But, you know, that's the best we could do, bro. It's the best we could do. We did, yeah, the kid. That was with the Gemini. But there's some sad... Not Gemini. It was another, like, small app. But, yeah. Married, I speak from experience. No, bro, you gotta talk to your wife, brother. I'm not getting involved in this. This is not, like I'm saying, bro, that's part of life, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, people talk back to you. I know, yes, people respond. They're not always gonna agree with you. You know, some would say it's part of the beauty of, you know, sharing your life with a partner. is that you guys have, you know, different ideas and, you know, don't comply because code told you to. But, you know, it is just, that's why you gotta get it where you fit in, I guess. But, yeah, I just love God. I like the world. I like what we got. I like AI too, but I don't know. They just like when it starts turning into weird sex bots. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I do draw the line somewhere. You know, so it's like, I like AI, I'm excited for it, all of that. But I'm like, this is, I don't know where this one fits into AGI, I guess. Market took a dive off of the ISM services, so that was just right off the first 30 minutes. It confirmed some of the weakness of Friday and the jobs report, and then rate cut odds were already going up, and that kind of solidified it a little bit more. I did see the T app, so that was a couple weeks ago. There was an app where like girls were like reviewing guys, but then it was supposed to like, it started like criticizing men, but long story short, it got hacked. So you have to submit your ID to prove you are a woman to use the app, but the real lesson is vibe coding, believe it or not, because the T app shows that you, in this environment, you could vibe code an app that could become #1 in the App Store. However, vibe coding hasn't figured out security yet. That's it. No, yeah, it wasn't even hacked. The developers were just idiots. They vibe coded it, and then they put the database public. That's it. Yeah, it wasn't even really a hack. It was just, it was vibe coded. That's all. So if any of you, is both learning experience, like you could create an app with AI right now and vibe code it and make something really, really good. But the back end and the security, you may want a little more experience, because we just watched an error with that. Yeah, even the whole market's coming down. I mean, UNH dropped a little bit. You still got and then Staples, though, this is ugly. Because now, watch, if we hit a new low and Staples are down, healthcare's up. But yeah, this will turn a little bit sour, even though the Russell's green. SPG. Yeah. All right. August 5th, son. right, man. Let's see if that holds. Brazil. Spy is a ripperoonieing, but now I think it's time, baby. I think it's time. Are you ready? Are you ready to philosophize? I am. God is good, baby. Yeah, just this whole week, man, we've been moving a lot off like nothing and something. The first 2 days, or yesterday, was nothing. And then today it was kind of related to something with the data, but yeah, the moves are, they're out there, bro. So August is going to be a lot of fun. You watch the watch list, you ain't going to miss anything, and you're going to love it. Oh, so I hope you're locked in. But God bless America. Thank you to the veterans and all of the beautiful chats, but it is time. It is time. We are going to Philo. So if you don't want to hear Jesus, go to Reddit, go to all the other fake Joshes, go to Twitter, go anywhere you need to be, as long as you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So amen, amen, amen. But other than that, God bless you, America, and peace.